Good morning, strangers. Welcome back to our campaign, Arc Memory of Barbelo. Yes, it can be a tabletop RPG if there is no table. The RPG just needs to be designed to be played on a table. We are just playing it wrong. And we last left off, the party had sold the first off, they beat God, which was kind of surprising. And then second off, they sold off the gemstone that they sold from God off to a merchant for a large amount of money, then went back home and got to convert that large amount of money into an airship, which terrifies me. They sold the random magical nuke to a random person. You see, unlike Final Fantasy XII, they received almost no blowback for using and or having the magical nukes.
I mean, not yet.
Did Ash ever try offering someone 30,000 gold for one of the magical nukes? Because I think maybe that's where she went wrong in FF12.
Yeah, I mean, she couldn't use the magical nukes anyway.
That's valid. That's true. Also, I keep just pushing straight into the gameplay, but I could actually introduce you guys. It's possible that some of the people here don't necessarily know who everyone is here, and I should really do that. I'm not going to, because fuck y'all, we got a game to play.
Beautiful.
Okay, so as when we last left off, they were in the process of buying an airship. We've done a whole bunch of numbers and maths to work out how much they're going to spend on the airship, and they're spending 21,000 zenith to get this thing to be almost as shiny as they can be. So, Flink, being the most experienced, as you go through the process of commissioning this airship, this is something that goes over the span of weeks. You do have, letters of introduction. Lady Lynette's helping you out and making sure you've got some contacts. And, you've got your own contract as auxiliaries, which makes this so much easier. Because normally they wouldn't want to sell military-grade airships to somebody like yourself, being that you're a low-down, rotten scoundrel.
Scoundrel? Oh my god. Never. Me.
By many people's accounts.
They just don't know me.
Possibly. Did you pay the taxes and licensing fees? Well, Lady Lynette did help them out with avoiding those. So, as you go through this process, you come to understand that here locally at least, if you want something commissioned in the time frame that you want it commissioned in, it's going to have secondhand parts on it. Which isn't necessarily an issue. It's not a bad thing. It's just they're going to be...
Those parts are proven to work.
They're proven parts. They get refit and refurbed. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I can probably make sure that those parts are functional and we're not being scammed.
We're going to have to collect an engineer and a crew, Skies of Arcadia style.
Yeah, we have to put together a crew.
That is an available option. I won't stop you doing that. However, Flink, as you engage in this process and use your skills to examine the parts, and each time you go through this process, you notice one part of interest, shall we say. You recognize the lifting coils. Like, you've seen these before, we transported them, you've worked with them. You recognize a set of lifting coils from a ship you traveled on not too long ago.
Oh.
One that you traveled on without the party. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Okay, I think I know what ship that would be. I guess I was wondering where the ship ended up because I didn't see it anywhere around town. Not where we parked it anyways.
Absolutely.
So they assembled it. I did spend quite a lot of time on that ship before, on which you will not know what ship that is. Lick is not necessarily sad about this. It's a ship. He hasn't spent too much time on it, but it was definitely a good ship. And he was wondering why that ship was disassembled. Is that correct?
Disassembled, yeah.
Yeah, disassembled, dismantled.
Well, if you inquire about it, it would say that the person managing this would tell you about how they got it quite cheap because it was being disassembled to pay for debts. So it went up for auction after being sat for a bit, and by then, it hadn't had proper maintenance done on it, and of course, like when anything gets impounded by the Telguard City, they don't exactly care for it kindly. So there was enough that it was more financially beneficial to break it down to parts than to keep it as is.
I guess in that case, Link is actually happy that after all that bureaucratic nonsense, some parts of the ship are going to have a continuation of their life and serve a purpose.
Are you going to specifically ask for those arc coils in your ship as you're commissioning it?
If they are in good condition.
They do seem to be in good condition.
Back when we used that ship, they were serving as well.
Excellent.
So, could be nothing wrong with that.
They seem to be of a good size for your vessel, perhaps even slightly overspec'd, but given the nature of secondhand parts, they fit well within your budget. You request those coils be the core of the vessel, and you're handed a couple options for deck plans and layouts. You select through these. We've already established what your general design goals are, and they suggest that they have like a couple standardized hulls that they can work with and work out. And if you're comfortable with them and they fit your range, that'll be fine. You can work out the interior as you please. The hulls seem within spec for what you want to do. They would be in a standard Telguard style, which would make your vessel identifiable as hailing from Telguard to experts in the field.
We can work on the exterior when we are off city. Pimp it a little bit. What's really good? Some skulls as decoration. That's always good.
Nope.
Nope. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. We'll have this conversation later.
Nice. Okay. So you make your arrangements, and you're told because you're using some amount of used parts and you're using a standard design, it's not going to take too long. It will, however, take as long as it takes. They are very clear that they are not giving you a specific date. So you travel, you make your arrangements, and you return to the party and let them know what's going on. And things progress. You make purchases in the city as we've described before. A few bits of trinkets, equipment, restocking any inventory points if you need to. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I don't know if you need to do that.
I think we settled inventory points last time, but we didn't get to spend them yet.
Flink, as you're out and about, because you're staying at Lady Lynette's place, as she has kindly offered you the space, Lady Lunette will approach you briefly and say to you personally, and very specifically seem to take you aside, like to catch you while you're away from everyone else, which is kind of challenging, all things considered. Definitely takes her a bit of work. And she says to you, Flink, so I've made some arrangements if you'd like to. She kind of looks awkward.
Of course, my lady. Always.
Just visitation regarding our mutual friend.
Yes. I wouldn't say I was hoping for this, but of course.
Certainly. You can bring your team if you want to, but you don't have to. It won't be long, I'm afraid. And she smiles and says, I did have to bribe some people for this, but she makes like a plaintive gesture and says, I hope that it will bring you some comfort. Here's the arrangements, and we'll hand you a note with where to go and how to visit to be non-disruptive.
Thank you, my lady, for all your kindness and all the work you do.
She will smile and nod. There is a slight forlorn look on her face regarding the clear struggles. She's clearly not happy with the overall situation.
That makes us two. She's probably unhappy because of different circumstances than I am.
Quite. But yeah, you have a note referencing a time and place where you can visit your person of interest.
Well, I would like to ask Gawain specifically to accompany me there. I will go and find Gawain and ask him to. Will you come with me? No questions asked.
I'm gonna turn and look at Silex and be like, "You got this?" Pointing at Peleus.
Of course.
Yeah. Then yeah, let's go.
Am I not
I
invited?
start gearing up.
Is this the time? It's probably not this time, but when the time comes.
They're leaving me.
Peleus, we have stuff to do here. They have some errand they're running. Don't worry about it.
Just so there's no confusion here, Flink. Lady Lynette did not intend for you to break this person out at this point. Okay, just to be clear.
What does that mean?
As in the intent. Lynette does not intend for you to like permanently go in there and kidnap and break the person.
Oh no,
out of
no,
prison.
no,
Okay.
no! Of course not.
Just
This is
just
only
checking.
just.
This
Yeah.
is just you're just saying hi. That's. That,
I mean,
that
she's
was
not
her
intending that, but what I'm doing is up to me.
If you want to do that, that is up to you. You have the right to do that. I will try and make it. I was going to say make it happen, but the truth is I wouldn't try and make it happen. I would simply have the world react in such a way as it is responding to your actions.
Yeah, I know in what situation I am.
Yeah, that's.
Think.
But okay. The time winds on until the fated moment. It is time later in the day, later at night, perhaps just as the sun's setting, where you are taken to what amounts to Telgard's prison. This isn't the prison that is for, commoners per se, normal drunks and people who spend like a week here to deal with bar brawls and such. This is like the prison there they put people that they don't want to risk anything questionable happening to them, right? No, like this is the kind of place where it's well known that there are no escapes, there's no bribes, nobody accidentally kills anyone here, guards or prisoners, hopefully. Keyword though, accidentally.
This is why I couldn't contact them, I guess. I didn't think they would value him so highly.
Who's here?
Well, you will see.
Sure.
So you are taken through not quite back passages, but the more quiet passages of this place by someone who is clearly quite gruff and does not speak much to you. They are very blunt. They take you there, and as you crush the threshold, walking past these cells containing people who do not seem to be in the happiest of states, he gestures towards a cell just down the corridor and says, "You've got at most 30 minutes. You walk up and you see a man who seems to be in the middle of some exercises, calisthenics, moving his body around. Doesn't notice you immediately at first, but you recognize them. It is who you think it is, or who you expect, I should say.
Sensei, you're truly here. Didn't think they would put you here, out of all places. You look terrible.
They stop their exercise, turn to face you, and a huge smile pulls across their face. You can see that it is a moment of total illumination of the person. Their shoulders are brought up, their entire stance is better as they walk up to the bars and say, "Oh, it's good to see you."
It's good to see you too. You know, I could get you out of here, but that would be against what you taught me, right?
They smile and nod, and then ask, "So how have you been?"
Lady Lunette, I don't know if you have met her personally.
I've met
She's-
her lawyers.
I hope they are taking good care of you. I'm not really involved in the process, but she has been very kind to me since we came here. I'm working for her, and I guess I am protecting her son. Like, physically protecting him. I can't protect him from his stupidness.
It sounds like good work. I understand the dangers of protecting a wayward charge.
In a way, he's really inspiring. I don't know what it is, but there are moments where he just tells something that is so true, you can't deny it. And I've taken over what you've done in the past. I think the cafe is probably doing just fine.
Good to hear it. It seems like you're getting on well. I was worried that this arrangement with Lynette would be to your detriment, but I'm glad you seem to be benefiting from it. Perhaps once this is all over, you could carry on your work for Lynette. It seems to be greatly beneficial for you and unlikely to end up with you arrested and in prison.
Perhaps this is where I've always been heading to. And maybe, just maybe, stealing from people, even though they deserve it, wasn't quite the right way to handle things. I can see that now. I'm not regretting what we've done in the past. Well, maybe that last time. Okay, that one. Okay, I regret. Yeah, I regret a couple things. Okay, yeah, sure. But mostly it was fine, right? We went wrong.
We each live according to a code we find ourselves. As long as you make your peace with yourself, then that's all you need.
Well, about that, is there anything I can actually do to help you here? Do you know anything? As I said, Lynette can't really talk to me about it. It's also vague and I don't know.
Your sensei smiles and says, "Well, I've upset a lot of people, and a lot of them want me dead. And they're definitely enjoying inventing new charges. And only some of them are true."
Yeah, I get that.
Still, I have some of the best lawyers available, the best lawyers possible in Telgard. Thanks to you. So you're doing everything you can.
If you think that's enough, then I guess there's nothing else I can do for you
It's
right now.
far more than what I'm owed from you.
You sure? 'Cause didn't I bring you into this situation?
Your sensei shakes his head and says, "Well, I'm supposed to be the responsible one here."
I know. You've always been like this, but I still think you deserve better than this. People just they don't understand.
You just see a grin across the face. And that is the crux of it, and always will be. People spend their entire lives not understanding, but you travel far, you learn from so many people. Even now, finding a new path from this.
Yeah, maybe I should have started with that. This is Gawain, by the way. He's
I'm going to
also
turn around
helping.
and be like, yeah, clearly I was paying attention all the time, but obviously I have manners.
Yeah, like obviously.
Obviously I have manners.
There is a gentle wave, your sensei will say. I take this as one of the people you've been working with.
Yeah, he's one of the other bodyguards for our big boy.
Yeah, I'm in charge of actually protecting Peleus from his own idiocy.
Been a good friend.
Your sensei will look to Gawain and say, thank you. Please continue to protect Flink. He means a lot to me.
Oh, sensei.
Flink is reliable. Shouldn't be very difficult.
Are they searching you for stuff that you keep on your body that you shouldn't have?
There will be a brief smile and then an answer which doesn't quite answer your question, but says, they haven't found anything.
So this Catmint is probably safe with you as well. I'm going to offer him a few Catmint leaves. For old time's sake.
He takes them with great. You can see the kind of excitement on his face that he immediately willfully tempers as he stealthily retrieves the item, clearly concerned that someone might be watching.
Is the ground stone?
Yes, it is stone pretty much everywhere here.
Do I think someone's watching? I mean, I guess they must be from somewhere else.
Like, watching you specifically right at this very moment? Probably not. But if you're in prison and also you're paranoid about them trying to search you for something, you're gonna be cautious, right? Just in case.
Sure. I'm gonna do nothing. It's a fun
Okay.
idea, but I don't think it's actually helpful. Nothing.
Ritualist stone shaping, is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I was gonna make like a smuggler's, sort of like.
This person seems like an expert. They're probably fine.
Yeah.
However, after this brief exchange, you will have someone roll up. It's time.
Yeah, I figured. But we also. I'm content. Thank you. I'll see you, Sensei.
Stay safe, Flink and Gawain. As you are firmly, like not aggressively, but very firmly escorted off the property. Okay.
Kicked out of prison.
Kicked out of prison. I think, Kron, considering I just dumped that in on you with no respect, you did really well. Have an extra Fabula point.
Aw, thank you. I was really not ready for this.
Yeah, no, I just dropped you in the shit.
So, just like your teacher, or anything else going on there?
Yeah. No, he's my teacher. Really, that's about it. I guess he's the one.
So, are you both the cat burglar?
No, he's a cat burglar. I'm just well, I wouldn't even call myself a sidekick, really.
Understudy.
I'm not that good. Not that. Yeah, a study maybe. Yeah, true. That works. But really, he just took the shot when we got caught for me, and I ended up in this situation. I could really be just in the same place as him if he didn't stand up for me. And Lady Lunette, of course, as well.
Yeah.
I owe
Okay.
them both a lot.
Makes sense. Well, thanks for trusting me.
Yeah, I would have brought you all, but I think Peleas would talk too much.
Yeah, let's not
Maybe next
overtake.
time.
Yeah, maybe never.
I mean, maybe next time when he's free.
Fair.
Only take, what? A couple more months? A year? I can wait. The world's not going down in the year, right? We got time.
I mean, hopefully.
I don't feel any evil presence right now.
Okay, so this, I guess, moment of soft contemplation and discussion after this. What does the party do? What are your objectives? Do you have individual objectives at the moment while the airship is doing what it's doing, or is being constructed? Or would you like to move on to when the airship is constructed?
The only thing I'd like to do with regards to that is like, I would like to go talk to Silas in, early on in this
Excellent.
process.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so, just like casually wander into his workshop, just wait, just kind of waiting
Hammering
there
on something with a
till he
ding,
notices that I'm
ding,
here,
ding. It takes a
checking
few
out what
minutes.
he's doing. Yeah, like, I don't know, I'm not bored. I'm looking at what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Gawain. What's up?
Hey, yeah, okay. All right. Hey, this is a lot to spring on you at once, but you know how we had that crazy dream we talked about at school? The one about...
The one with the cat girls.
Not that one. That was your dream.
Oh.
The one about the airship. So I bought one.
You can see him, like, plant his head a moment, think some stuff through, and then says, yeah, okay, I'll pack.
Cool. Hell yeah. You need me to grab anything? Or are you good?
No, you probably injure yourself.
I'm like, what? Anyway, I'll give him the address and the date. They said it'll be done around now, and don't get too excited packing. And if I need to apologize to anyone for poaching you, let me know. I can use Lady Lynette's stationery.
Nice.
That'll get him off your back.
Silas immediately starts packing like various tools and has already like transitioned onto like the looking through equipment mode with the like, oh yeah, I'll need this, that kind of mindset.
Before I leave you to it, Silas, quick question.
Yeah.
You know any pilots? Cause I can fly it, but I don't always. I'm gonna need someone to pick me up. You know what I'm saying?
He furrows his brow and then says,
I can find someone if you don't have anyone. It's not a problem, but
no one is not employed. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah. Stealing 2 people from here in one day is probably a good way to get hated. You're right. I'll go talk to Minerva. Okay, so engineer down. What do we need? We need a pilot and like a gopher.
Yeah, if you want like a minimum crew, you're gonna want like pilot, engineer, and able-bodied sailor.
So I'm thinking we ask Minerva if she has anyone who she just is annoyed by. Basically, we're looking for
somebody who's overqualified.
Yeah,
but can't be the captain because they already got a captain and a vice captain.
Yeah, but this person's gonna have a lot of freedom, like a lot of independence. If we leave, they're in charge basically.
Yeah, we need somebody who's aspiring, who wants to go big.
Yeah, good idea.
But not too big because they would overshadow me. We can't have that.
Well, you guys do different jobs. It's fine.
I'm the captain.
I don't know if that's the case, but we'll talk about that.
I know
later.
that.
You're the captain? Flink.
Yeah, I got the hat and all. Did I not show you?
Sure, you're the captain, man. It's fine. You can be the captain of the ship, and I'll be the CEO of the company that owns the ship.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I'm good with this arrangement.
To be absolutely fair here, Flink probably actually has a whole bunch of like technical experience in how not to get an airship destroyed, which Gawain probably has none of.
No, Gawain, no. So all theoretical.
Yeah, I think Silas is probably still the much better mechanic, while I have like hands-on experience, while Silas seems like a guy who learned a lot of shit and then got very creative with it as well.
Silas is going to be a god by the end of this campaign.
Yeah.
We've set him on his path now. Silas the goat. Jammin is a capitalist. Dude, I'm the one who said we should buy the airship and sell the thing. So yeah, for sure. Fantasy me is a capitalist. Is Jammin a capitalist? No. Is Gawain a capitalist? Probably. Gawain naively believes that we can protect the environment and engage in capitalism at the same time. We'll see how he feels at the end of the campaign.
100%.
We're well on our way to destroying that notion.
The power of friendship can defeat anything, including the greed of humankind.
Exactly.
If you use enough violence.
The overwhelming power of violence is truly incredible. All right, so we need to find a pilot. My next guess would be to go to Minerva. There was that we have been getting along with her subordinate. I wonder if maybe he has some ideas, even if she doesn't.
I mean, going to her subordinate, which would be Lieutenant Masters.
Yeah. Let's go.
While we are on the subject of looking for crew, we do have a pile of money here with someone's name on it that might net us 2 able bodies.
That is an alternate thought. We'd have to find them.
You would have to find them.
But we are headed that way anyway.
I like that idea.
So that's our secondary plan if Minerva doesn't end up having anything for us.
Ooh, can I spend a Fabula point?
Yeah, you can spend a Fabula point. I mean, I don't know if it's going to provide any benefit. You need to tell me what you want to spend it on, but...
I would like to introduce a cousin of mine who is a cat girl, but it's also a pilot.
Cat girl pilot cousin, sure, you can do that. That doesn't mean they're friendly with you, that just means that they exist.
Oh, but no, they're aware of me.
Okay.
They're aware.
What's like the Telgard policy on romance between cousins for nobility? Are they?
They're very much encouraging.
Oh, I see.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh dear.
Okay. She's a cat though, and I'm a dog, so. She's a wonderful cat girl. She's smart. She's a daring pilot, and she's dreamed of being a pilot for a long, long time. But most of the family has prevented her from becoming a pilot because they don't want a noble girl.
Experience?
Oh yeah.
It's okay if she doesn't.
She has experience.
We hire her on as the peon.
She is. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's really good at flying, but the family don't want her in this position. So I'm going to help her get on an airship so that she can fly.
I'm gonna contend if the family don't want her doing it, she's not gonna have that much experience. She can be very eager. She can have some experience, but I'm not gonna say that she's like very experienced.
Oh, she's very. I'd say she's experienced in the machines that teach her how to do it.
That's fair. She's book smart.
Why don't we pick her up as like our sailor, right? That gives her the opportunity to learn.
Yes.
And still go out and find like a pilot. Right? We don't want to put her in charge when we're gone.
Understandable.
Maybe in a couple years.
Well, first you need to get in contact and see if you can actually get there. Because, I'm just saying, Peleus, people that Peleus knows...
don't like Peleus.
Look, Peleus is not great at charisma.
Ironically.
Sometimes
Indeed.
they're great.
Character.
That's the best part. In D&D, Peleus would be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that's 2 good leads on the last 2 people we need. So yeah, I think that's a good person to go for. I still want to talk to Lieutenant Masters and see if he's got some guy that he's just tired of dealing with this bullshit, but he's really talented.
First step is Gawain heads off and goes and finds Lieutenant Masters. They are doing their preparations to head out to the far west with the intention of finding that merchant and tracking that merchant down. So the Lieutenant Masters doesn't have much time to share for you, but they do manage to steal away, like, as you come by, they do manage to steal away 5 minutes. And like, yes, what is it?
Hey, I'll keep it short and professional. We are looking to hire crew, and I was wondering if you have anyone that works for you that you're like, God damn, that guy is never going anywhere because he can't shut his mouth. Or, if you just have leads because you've been flying around this continent way more than I ever have.
Skill set?
At flying a long-range cargo vessel. Ideally, capable of independent action.
Perhaps. I will send you a letter for tomorrow.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day. And if there's anything we can do to help you prepare, don't hesitate to let us know.
We should be good, thank you. And they get back to their clipped pace of work.
Mega professional with Lieutenant Masters. Get the fuck out of here.
It's in the name.
Minerva Tass has him run a tight ship because she doesn't want to run a ship. She wants to go people and hit people with magic,
Yeah, I respect it. All right, well, I hope Peleus doesn't ask his cousin if she wants to see his rod again.
As the camera swings over to Peleus with a staff going, would you like to investigate my rod? No. As we arrive on the scene, what is Peleus saying to the cat girl cousin pilot?
Well, my cat girl cousin is the daughter of the Army General Tobias, who's also the Navy man.
The dancing general.
The dancing general, and he has a cat woman wife. So the cat girl daughter is very eager to get out and explore the world.
Right. But what do you say? Like, the moment you approach her, what are you saying to her?
It's been a long time, Barbara. You've really gotten tall.
Oh,
I think you're taller than me now.
It's you.
Yes, it's me. I know you're elated.
Not quite.
Well, about that, guess who's got a brand new ship? An airship.
And are you here to gloat and rub it in my face?
I am here to offer you a space on our airship that, in all fairness, I will not be bothering you very much on, because I have my own friends.
Why?
Well, because I know you've always wanted to get out, and I know you've always wanted to fly, and you might get an opportunity to fly, and also because I don't want to pay you as much.
I should demand double.
You
The
should,
things you've said to me.
but maybe later after we've actually got us business going. You'd do this for your favorite cousin, right?
I'd do this for anyone but my favorite cousin. You're the problem here.
What if I promised you something?
And what would you promise that could make me want to be on the same ship as you?
I promise that I will not show up at your next birthday party.
If there is like a general positive, like, oh, that's quite a big, that's good. Like their face is like, oh, okay, that's that does improve. That they're starting to recognize how much disgust I have for them. That's impressive. You might be learning.
Yeah, I remember how much you didn't like the fact that I turned your last birthday into a thing about me. So I just won't be there at the next one. If that's okay with you, I could still show up if you really wanted me to.
I'm going to charge you, you know.
Of course you're going to charge me.
There is a long silence. And then, like, really quietly and kind of whispered in and say, if you ever hit on me, they'll never find the corpse.
Don't worry. I have some other interests that I have become aware of. Have you seen Garwin's mum?
What else?
It's
She's just going to
inescapable.
shake her head and then say, when will you be departing?
You remember Garwin, right? Oh, have I ever actually introduced you to Garwin?
She asked you when you were departing, and your first response is like, you've met Gawain, right?
Yeah, I'm like, he knows all the stuff. I'm not
okay.
good at scheduling stuff.
No.
I can
you're
put you
not.
in touch with him, and he'll sort everything out.
Fine.
'Cause
Have
he actually-
him message me at. She looks like she's about to say an address, but then says, but then takes out like a document, writes it down, and says, "Have him message me at this address. Make it snappy. I'll need to prepare."
Okay. I'll do that right now.
And my fee's 3,000 for the first 3 months.
I will have my mother arrange that for you.
No, I don't want your mother involved at all, because then she's going to speak to my mother, and then I'm not going to be allowed on the vessel. So you have your friend Gawain manage it, and you tell him that nobody's to know about this.
Okay. That
Hey, that's
makes sense.
Hey, the Gawain on your shoulder, who's not there right now, would like to remind you that technically this is out of our budget.
She won't have to know about that until we've left.
Damn! Wow, she's gonna offer her a job and then cut her salary when she's on the ship because of the implication.
Because of the implication.
She also clearly doesn't mind killing you.
It's not like I
Nice.
can't earn that money at some point.
Nice. No, good, nice.
This is a great plan. There are no flaws.
The moment she has this letter off, she just leaves. She doesn't
Yeah,
want to be around you anymore.
I'm like, she adores me, really.
If you think so.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to find Gawain so that I can give him the document and be like, I've got this cousin. She's a bit pricey, but she really wants to come with us. I'll sort the money out later.
This is the one who wants to be a pilot, but the family won't let it happen.
Yeah. She's trained a lot.
Okay, hey Flink. When she gets here on her first day, I need you to help her set up a fake bank account under a different name so that we can pay her that way. Okay?
Should be easy enough. I can
Cool.
open up
And yeah,
many
we'll
bank
handle
accounts
it.
under false names. I can produce many fake identities if you need them. When do you
I
need
know,
them? How many
Flink.
do you need
That's
them?
why I gave you this job, Flink.
Okay. You already know. I thought I was impressing somebody. Oh, sorry.
I'm already impressed by you, Flink. I was impressed in advance. Your reputation, it precedes you.
Oh,
And I'll blow him a kiss and walk out the door. I'm working.
Okay, so you have at this juncture a line on Barbara, the cat girl cousin, inexperienced pilot. You have Silas. He's confirmed. He's just like, you want to go on an airship? He's like, yeah, I'm going on the airship. That's where I'm going. And you have one other question mark in a member of staff from Minerva Tass's team. Gawain, you will receive a letter suggesting that they have one able-bodied airman that isn't going to do well in the more military arrangement of...
Yeah, he's not a good culture fit.
Not a good culture fit.
Hell yeah. I want to meet him.
Okay.
I'll have him come meet me and Flink,
Okay.
down like at our spot or whatever.
Basically, as an interview, you send a message out like, "Hey, want to interview you, see if you'll fit on the ship."
I'm like, this is the kind of ship we've got. We're looking for a pilot. You want to come down and chat with me and the captain?
Understandable. Okay, so you have this person come down. They arrive. They have a very incredibly rigid stance as they approach. Their entire body language makes it seem like they're walking with their entire body structure supported by iron rods.
Okay.
Not alarmingly so, but like they're if this was a cartoon, they'd look uncomfortably stiff. So they arrive at the meeting place.
Welcome, please. We don't really have any seats here at the dry dock. Flink and I were just here. This is Flink. Welcome. I'm Gawain. This is Flink. And that is Side. Did we decide on a name?
I figured we weren't going to name it until it was done, and we're
Okay.
still like waiting
And
for
that is the ship we're looking for another pilot on.
The person will salute uncomfortably and say, "Emmett Barrett at your service, sir."
Okay, can I get like 50% of that? Because like it is a ship. We do have a command structure, but like there's going to be like 8 of us, so we don't need this level of formality.
They would look as if you just asked them to jump off the pier. They look genuinely scared at the idea of not abiding by like total formality.
Okay, let's find something that you might be comfortable with. I can be Sir Gawain, and this can be Sir Flink. That's fine.
Link, I like that. Yeah, call me
don't-
master. Actually,
You don't have to salute us. What? What?
Sorry, no, don't mind me. Now I need to think about the title.
Oh, okay.
Master Flink. That sounds good.
Captain Flink? Let's go with Captain Flink. Commander Flink?
Oh, Commodore.
Commodore Flink.
As you're having this discussion, there's like this like casual discussion between you. Emma Barrett is clearly like panicking. There is panic behind the eyes as it flicks back and forth. And their hand twitches as if they're about to salute again, but then decides to not and then stand still.
I get that this is probably really jarring. None of us have formal military experience. I'm the closest it gets. I was trained in Telguard at the academy, but then I ended up taking this job instead. So I can understand the culture shock. We will do our best. Pilot Barrett. Is that fair?
First off, you would note that the culture aboard Minerva Tass's ship was far more relaxed than this person.
Okay.
Like
Gotcha.
that's probably why they don't think they're a good fit for the thing.
He's really high strung. Okay.
Really,
Okay.
like has a very specific, seems based on what you've seen, has a very specific structure of interaction that they want to comply with, and that's why they didn't fit well on the ship because the ship was more casual.
I mean, I can work with that. All right. So, how long have you been flying?
They will salute once again and say, "Sir, I have been second to the pilot for 6 months, sir."
All right.
You, Flink, you would know the term second to the pilot to mean, generally speaking, they weren't the one piloting the vessel. They were the one keeping an eye on everything for the pilot, like an extra pair of eyes. Though that doesn't mean that they don't have any experience with it. They don't have like 6 months of experience flying a vessel. They have 6 months of experience being next to the pilot, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Being in the cockpit,
So,
observing the.
did you
pilot
fly
action.
before that? Like, have you flown on your own? Any smaller craft?
Sir, I have flown small skiffs at most, sir.
Okay. I mean,
How would you assert your skills?
They will think for a moment and say, "Sir, I believe my skills in flying a vessel of that size would be passable, but not exceptional, sir."
how long would it take for them to become exceptional?
There's clearly a moment of thinking. And then, "Sir, I believe it is within my capabilities to become exceptional within 3 to 9 months, sir."
Say we are chased by 3 middle-sized airships. They're firing guns at us. In front of us, a volcano. Left of us, a big storm. To the right of us, let's say a waterfall. What are you doing?
Sir, my primary objective would be to lose altitude to reduce casualties in the event of a crash. Sir, interrogative. Does the vessel have the capability to land on water, sir?
I think so, yes.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, it does, right? Good. We'd set
Not
that up.
only
Yes,
can
it
it
does.
land, it can sail, baby.
Sir, then my primary goal would be to land downriver of the waterfall and use the high velocity of the water to accelerate as fast as possible while reducing the risk of crashing under firearms, sir.
Why the waterfall?
Sir, because the waterfall suggests that there is a high flow of water in the area, which may produce a higher level of acceleration than the pursuers, sir.
It's also better than a volcano. Good choice.
Yeah,
Given the
I agree.
options
It's a good
available,
choice.
it seems like the least dangerous and most likely to escape the pursuers with minimal loss of life, sir.
If nothing else, he has the creativity to get us through situations that nobody expects.
Last question. I've noticed your formal demeanor. It does not bother me. I'm kind of here for it. We could use a little bit of that on the ship. And as long as you're happy talking to me and you're telling me what I need to know, I'm happy with it. Do you feel that you can act independently if you were the ranking officer on the ship?
Sir, yes, sir.
Good answer.
Flink is going to nod to this.
Do you feel comfortable working with a new second? Assuming that, Flink and I are also on board.
He's going to look at you briefly and then say, sir, no, but I would adapt, sir.
We'll give you 2 weeks on your own in the cockpit before we turf her off on you. That work?
Sir, yes, sir.
What was your name again?
Sir, I'm Eamon Barrett, sir.
Eamon Barrett. All right. Well, what do you say, Gawain?
Hey, the man.
I agree. Welcome on board. I don't know actually when we are going on board, but welcome on board. Like format, you know what I mean.
The job is yours if you want it.
Sir, yes, sir.
Silas is gonna love being saluted.
He stands there like uncomfortably waiting a moment.
You're dismissed, sir.
Sir,
You're
thank you, sir. And leaves.
Well, we'll both have to figure out how to handle that, but I think that's more about us than it is about him.
Yeah, it's fine. He's going to... No, who am I kidding? He's never going to relax.
He'll never relax, but probably that's what we need.
Yeah, it's fine. He has the right attitude. We can't be sure where we're going. And
Agreed.
He's got the right mindset to get out of a situation that will be just calls for drastic action.
Okay, so you've got some crew.
I'm feeling pretty good now.
We're still looking for a medic.
Yeah, medic was the last thing we had considered trying to recruit.
I don't think you
That would
guys
be
have the
big.
money on hand. To
Yeah, we don't have the
distribute,
money for that right now.
Okay, I thought we cover all
We
of
have
that.
the money for the 3 crew members.
We're already scamming Barbara, right? Like that's
Oh, so, okay, 3. Okay, sure.
We're
We
going to
need a job.
underpay Barbara, but it'll be fine. We'll work it
Yeah.
out.
She's mostly looking to get out from underneath her parents anyway.
It's part of the whole fake ID thing. We're going to
Yeah.
pay her in services.
And once she's
Not-
out,
No one get excited by that sentence either.
yeah, once she's out, what's she gonna do? Go back home and say that I conned her? They're not gonna let her out of the house again.
Right.
Will you
the point,
throw you off the side of the vessel and jump off the nearest port is an option.
yeah, I would if I were you, Peleus, I would pitch it to her as we're going to pay her what we pay the rest of the crew, and she is also going to benefit from our knowledge. Flink, between us, Flink can help her with step 1, and the rest of us can help her gain independence.
Tell you what, I'll let you pitch it to her. And then when she has
Alright,
any
fair.
complaints, she
Good
can then
point.
come to me.
Good point. I'll do it. Good call. I'll do it. I'll be the bad cop. You be the good cop.
Yeah. I'll promise some monies in the future while you explain to her her current situation.
Just tell her it's out of your hands, or whatever.
Yeah, but we'll wait until we're in the air.
Yeah.
I just really like scamming people.
No, I don't. But like I said, I'm giving her fair value here. I fully intend to help her. Her request was ridiculous. No, an unexperienced crew member is not worth 3,000 gold. It's a ridiculous suggestion.
Yeah.
I'll give you the pay that everyone else is getting, and I will give you, independence. And you can quit after that or not. That's fine.
Much like myself, she has no understanding of monies.
I mean, to be fair, she probably does have a fair few skills, which, though not piloting, may end up being useful because the nobility are well educated.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's going to be... I fully believe she's going to be an asset. I just don't think she's worth triple the other guy I just hired.
Yeah, she'll learn she'll learn how things are. We'll mansplain it to her.
So, Gawain, you, I presume, send the message to Barbara, the catgirl, regarding when you intend to leave and such, and the various arrangements therein?
Yeah, I want to tell her to report, early, a day early or whatever, because I want to set her up with Flink, like I was saying.
Right.
I genuinely want, like I said, I know that we can't pay her 3,000 gold. I genuinely want her to, want to be able to be we have you, an alternate ID, all this stuff. Basically, we have you set up where, you can take your money, your salary, and you can rent an apartment or something. If you want to get out, we've got you.
Excellent. You notice, just over this time period, the and Barrett seems to be actively trying to involve themselves in the... not the construction of the airship as it's being constructed, but the, design arrangements and studying the plans and permutations of it. Silas took one glance over the plans and permutations and was like, yep, I've remembered it. and Barrett, there's no such background, though does seem to be diligently trying to study and learn as much as they can.
I will, if you have any suggestions
You
about
also
the
notice,
before
I was going to say, every time you get near and Barrett, they try to, not be near you. They actively avoid any interaction unless they, unless they definitely need to be in your presence for some reason, right? They'll come to you with, questions and such and being formal and stuff. But aside from that, they always seem to be in the room that you're not in, or have a reason to leave the room that you're in, for example.
Damn. Okay. Something going on here. Corey's just really weird about authority.
Yeah, he hates liberal people.
Hey, there is a reason. You asked for someone with a bad culture fit, and you've got a bad culture fit. It's your problem now.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Our problem child.
I'm gonna leave him notes. I'm gonna leave him happy notes, on the in the pilot seat stuff.
Excellent.
It's just if I have to interact with him, that's how I'm gonna try interacting with him.
Okay. It seems to work well. There seems to be solid communication. Although every note you receive is written in the format of to whom it may concern, yada yada yada.
That's
so
fine.
on and so forth.
We'll talk about it in 2 years when he's more receptive to that discussion. I can handle all of that.
You will note that you don't seem to get a response from Barbara beforehand. That could be for lots of reasons, but
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, getting ready.
So, your vessel is prepared.
I'm gonna go shopping for my Desperado tunic. That's what I'm gonna do while we're waiting.
Excellent. You intel guard over the span of a couple of days, you're able to find one without too much concern, especially given the amount of gunslingers intel guard.
Yeah, we go on our shopping trip. It happens.
As time passes, Minerva Tass heads out on her task and her objective. Finally, the ship comes together.
Do you think in a shopping montage, Silex carries all of the shopping bags?
all the shopping bags, and me.
100%.
I can carry you on my shoulders like you're my child.
That's what I envisioned.
It's perfect.
We're going to point out, hey, look at that. That seems incredible. Let's go there as well.
So the time passes, and it comes time to launch the ship. Still no sign of Barbara just yet. You have your due date. I assume you send like an additional message to Barbara, being like, "Hey, you should. Like, it's come on. What's happening?"
I kind of assume that there's some amount of like level of secrecy, I guess, going on with Barbara, right? Like, I was kind of playing a no news is good news. I'm
That's
just
fair,
assuming
that's
she's
fair.
going to show up.
Yeah, she either
And if
turns
she-
up or she doesn't.
Yeah, and if she doesn't turn up, that's fine. Like, I'll pick someone up.
Yeah.
Understandable, fair.
The universe will provide. Fate will provide, you know?
If she doesn't arrive, then she never gets her opportunity to leave in the way that she wanted to. And if she does arrive, then
She gets underpaid.
yeah, but she doesn't get really underpaid. She gets
Does
paid
she?
fairly.
We're not taking advantage of her. That's what's important to me, exactly.
Yeah,
Excellent.
she's taking advantage of us.
Okay,
It's a
so
mutually beneficial relationship. We pay you a living wage and get you the fuck out of there. You work for us. That's all it needs.
the time comes to depart. Do you
Oh,
depart? Do you start
guys.
heading out to your intended destination?
Guys, what are we calling our ship?
This would be the time to decide.
We should
I'm
call
gonna.
it Mist.
Okay.
What about
Talk
Star
to me.
Crusher 3000X?
Okay. Silex and I have been talking about this the other day. I think he has a list.
Some good names
Yeah,
on that
we-
list.
I got two good ones. Hammer Cop
I quite
yes.
like Hammercop.
and the Shearwater.
I like the hammer cup a lot. It's a bird.
Oh, okay.
So it's a medium-sized wading bird, which closest relatives are thought to be the pelican and shoebill, the Afrikaans word for hammerhead. So it's like it's a waterfowl, right? And since the ship like unfurls the wings and then like tucks them in when you're sailing on the water,
Oh, Hammercop is a nice name.
I like going with an animal like that personally.
Excellent. I think we're agreed on Hammercop then.
Let's go.
All right, the hammer cop. The hammer cop it is.
Also known as the lightning bird by some cultural groups in sub-Saharan Africa. Notably because when people would disturb their nests, they would be struck by lightning, supposedly.
That's awesome.
That's
Okay,
that's
we need
so
a lightning
metal.
cannon.
The
Honestly,
lightning-
I find the idea of a Hammercop to be slightly disturbing.
I mean, sure.
Just a police officer walking around with a hammer.
Yeah. Actually, that's basically what they do in the UK.
Accurate.
I've never seen one walk around with a hammer in the UK.
Yeah, it's not a hammer, it's a baton, but it's functionally the same thing when you apply it directly to the brain.
It's true.
Literally, yesterday I saw about 12 teenagers chasing a police officer down the road.
That's so crazy.
That's a little bit unhinged.
I say 12, there were probably about 6 of them, but you know.
Nice. Good.
Didn't 1v6?
Yeah, they were running away.
But okay, ladies and gentlemen, and also players, the ship begins to depart, makes arrangements for its departure. Its first journey, it is named the Hammercop. The tradition of writing the name on the nose of the vessel done just before launch. You shouldn't name a vessel before it's launched. That would be improper.
Thank you for bringing it
Yes.
up.
Yes.
I brought a bottle of alcohol, of course.
Nice.
Of
Are we
course.
supposed to have a lady to smash it across the all of the ship?
Yeah, that's why we're gonna have Flink do it.
Yeah.
I
It's the
was
closest thing we've
also
got.
about to ask, can I be the lady?
Certainly.
I'll let you be my lady.
Oh, okay. I have something going lately. I don't know where this is coming from.
Embrace it. Who knows? It may bring you true joy. As you smash the alcohol, the beverage on the nose of the ship, it's like you do notice a young woman sprinting away from several what appear to be they appear to be quite serious men, but also quite well dressed men, sprinting down the pier. As she leaps onto the side of the vessel and starts climbing up the side of it.
I think it's time to get going.
Okay. Welcome aboard, Barbara.
This might be our starting sign.
Is our cue to leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your vessel departs as men on the pier shout up, barely able to be heard over the spooling up of the arc coils, the thrust pushing it upwards as air rushes down. They rally against the pier staff, who largely tell them to fuck off. On general principles, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You are able to take your airship and start making your way underway. You are officially floating away in your airship. Barbara on
Nice,
board.
we made it.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm gonna go introduce myself to Barbara.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing Barbara as well. Nobody has told me anything about her.
So, hello everybody. This is my cousin. This is the Lady Barbara. She is Tobias's daughter. Barbara, introduce yourself to the crew, please. This is Gawain, Blink, Silas. Other two dudes that I've never seen before.
What? No, you know Silas. Silas was our third best friend in college.
Oh
He was
yeah,
the nerdy-
him.
Yeah, he's the nerdy one, and he's now the engineer for the airship.
Yeah.
The other guy is brand new,
Yeah. Other guy.
and he's flying it right now, so he's probably not here.
All right.
Barbara will give a gentle bow to the collected peoples and say, "I'm Barbara. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry about the circumstances of my arrival. I had some trouble getting away from my attendants."
Not a problem, but we do have some thoughts on that I hope you will appreciate.
Yes, Barbara, if you wouldn't mind speaking to Gawain, I'm sure you'll have words with me afterwards.
Oh no, this is just the good version. So if you want, Flink can help set you up with like an alternate identity that you can use, financial purposes, etc. That might help you. And then the other thing is later on, I'd like to introduce you to Airman Barrett, who will be
Certainly.
teaching you how to fly.
Is Flink your spy master?
Technically, Flink is the captain of the ship, but yeah, pretty much, he's also the spy master. That was his job before we bought the ship.
Would like to get in here, but first I need a visual descriptor here. How catgirl is this catgirl?
Oh, do we need to get out the chart? Like, how catgirl are they?
Cat girl to cat? Is that where the slider is?
Yeah,
Dangerously
like
furry to bro, that's just a cat.
She's a cute anime girl with cat ears and a tail.
Yeah, she's like classic anime cat girl.
Yeah.
Perhaps somewhat taller than expected and broadly very attractive.
Can you tell us which one she is?
Okay.
This is
We're looking at more of a cat ears on the side type situation.
cat ears on sides. Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's closer to where we're at.
got it.
Okay, so it's very apparent that she's a catgirl.
Yes,
well,
it's
I hope
very
you're ready
obvious.
for this. Barbara, can I offer you some cat mint?
At your response, she's gonna have like that flickery eye blink of surprise and be like, Certainly, I would accept a gift from the captain of the vessel.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Take it, enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. She takes it with a certain amount of reverence and says, thank you. Just one moment while I talk with my employer in private, if you don't mind. And she'll
Sure.
walk off to take, like, she'll literally, as you stammer a response, she'll immediately start walking away. And start, like, not quite pushing Gawain, but, like, you know when someone has that force of personality, which is like, we are going to talk somewhere they can't hear us.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, let's just go. I don't know what just happened.
As the moment you get far enough away, she's going to smile a smile that doesn't reach her eyes, and then say, I wish to be clear that if at any point I am harassed on this journey, I will take the life of the person who attempts to do so.
Yeah, you should do that.
Okay. I'm glad we have that understanding.
I thought that was implicit. And just like, that's just how it be. Especially out here at the sea, because of the implication.
Precisely. I'm very glad you understand.
Definitely.
I think you should definitely inform your captain about that arrangement also.
Oh, I think he knows he's just stupid, but I'll talk to him anyway.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you, and once you're settled in, I'll be glad to introduce you to Airman Barrett, who is far less likely to talk to you like that. In fact, there's no chance he does.
Sorry. The line I just saw in chat. What is this shit?
You welcome this. This is just a byproduct of where we are.
It's true. We have cat girls, and now half the party has a problem. Y'all are addicts. Okay, so she will head off and find some room to claim on the vessel. But you're underway. Well, actually, you're underway. I think this is a great time to take a break before we work out where we're heading. And if you had a gold piece for every time someone in a tabletop said the very excuse my stupid friend to try to salvage diplomacy, you don't own a castle? Damn, it's true though. It's true.
We are all the stupid friend. If you're playing it right, you have all been the stupid friend and the one apologizing for the stupid friend.
Yeah, it's like you take it in rotation. Like right now, Peleus is doing a pretty good job at not screwing it all up. And Flink,
Peleus isn't being the stupid friend today. Today, Flink has the stupid friend hat on.
I'm so sorry.
The stupid friend hat is the captain hat.
Yeah, whoever's leading the party at this moment in time is running everything. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few minutes. Please, while I'm away, enjoy some trivia. Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with an airship that is terrifying me as a GM because now the players have total freedom. There is no requirement for them to follow anything that I've put forwards, and anything can happen, and that's terrifying to me. So, party, what are your next objectives? What is your goal? I know you had the general goal of finding that spirit in north of Merazark, around this area.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your overall kind of like strategy? Are you just sailing over there? Are we gonna get some information? W. Fox dropped a narrative declaration. There is now in this world, the topmost island over here is a giant turtle that has been asleep for a long while, decades to hundreds of years.
Ooh.
Is it common knowledge, or is this something that none of us know?
I mean, I'm guessing it has to be someone in your party has to know, because it's in the world now.
I would know, because I'm the guy who studied that stuff.
Excellent. In that
I
case,
knew I was
yes.
going to hunt monsters, or that's what I thought I was going to do.
You could have given that honor to somebody new.
I need a better name than Tell.
Oh.
So if you guys could come up with one that sounds cool.
We can call it in honor of my late bird, Lady Twerkle.
Lady... How do you spell Twerkle?
It's twerk.
Oh,
L.
okay. It is just 12.
Okay, now we need to go on a mission to decide whether it is a lady or not. It is very important for me now to
If we
figure this
wanted to
out.
know whether or not it was a lady, we'd probably have to go to the
It is
Western
named
Edge.
after the explorer that discovered it, not what it actually is called.
Lady Twerkle discovered an absolutely huge sleeping turtle.
Yes. And
Squirtle's
obviously she
turtle.
named it after herself.
Yeah, it's
Named after
Twerkle's
herself.
turtle.
Twerkle's. I think you know what Twerkle's turtle actually is the best. That where I'm here for it. Twerkle's turtle.
Yes.
Twerkle's turtle. They were the one that discovered specifically that it was a turtle and not an island. That's
Yeah.
the distinction.
So, do we think that the turtle is the spirit?
Could be.
No. I don't think so. I would not assume.
What makes you
Okay.
think that, Silex? Are you a spirit, professional now?
No, but it's been asleep for decades, hundreds of years, supposedly, and this spirit is actively doing things.
Okay, sure.
And
Okay,
also
I
it
can
seems
see your
like-
point, but counterpoint, we would be on a giant turtle.
We can visit the turtle, Flink. It's okay. You can ask to visit the turtle.
I don't need to ask.
All right, so anyway, we need to find this weather phenomenon. It should be very easy to do from up high.
Yeah.
rather
If
than
we
down
don't
So-
low.
see anything, we go to Marrow's Ark and then get directions. Otherwise, we just find it.
So yeah,
Alright,
you would
are we
know.
gonna do like the Pet Shop Boys and go west?
Wow.
Incredible. So you would know that the last known point of discussion of issue, because you had those rumors from before, would be in this general area. It's somewhat of an issue because this is essentially one of those easy passages down to Marrow's Port before heading east, which is why this is so a point of such a point of interest, as compared to like the straight east-west passage, which can go through here more comfortably. But okay. You will travel onwards, and we need to make some dice rolls for discoveries.
Woo!
While that's happening, I do have a question for the map. Topple Rock, does that refer to like a specific mountain, or is that just like the islands are collectively known as Topple Rock?
Topple Rock is this area here because at some point there was a large array of mountains, rocks, or similar, and now there is
They're in the water.
They're in the water.
Cool.
Which means that this particular path is somewhat dangerous to traverse by ship, because any amount of like wave action has a tendency to just smash you into a way too tall rock, especially given how shallow a lot of the waters here are in the first place.
Cool.
Like there are multiple locations in this area where a wave of like 10 to 20 feet, which if you know anything about being out at sea, that isn't that big of a wave. It's quite big, but it's not like,
It's big if you're near the shore,
yeah,
but
yeah.
relative to a ship, it is far less spooky.
yeah. But because of that, some of those you can get pretty close to seeing the sea floor if you're not careful. Hence why going through Topple Rock is pretty treacherous if you're sailing. Though an easier route if you're going by a skiff, which hover just slightly above it.
Or hover high above it. We can do either. Get you a ship that can do both.
Well, you could just fly over the mountain if you want, so you're not worried.
Yeah, I can fly over them their mountains.
But okay, so you are heading out. It's going to be a few days travel, though luckily you're in an airship, which means that you don't care about a lot of stuff. The area is pretty safe. It's not like, 100% safe, but it's fairly comfortably safe. Okay, I've rolled some dice. We have some interesting rolls here. Of course, we've got
Oh
the
my God.
most interesting rolls possible. Okay, so about here, you're going to discover.
It's a discovery chat. Will it be the good kind? will be the bad kind. I think discoveries are good.
I mean, I'm just saying you're discovering something. Whether or not that has a net good or bad for you.
They have word.
knows?
There is a key word here. I
Yes.
will find.
There is a keyword called discovery, but I'm not using the keyword discovery. I'm saying you have discovered something.
So it could be a danger.
It could be a danger. Keyword. There is something you have discovered. There's a mystery island. I'm going to place it directly between the two because it is at some point between these two locations.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, it's on no maps. We can't
It's not
just
on your maps.
ignore it.
Right.
Right.
We should take a look at least.
So here are your captain's orders. Go down, discover that island, now.
I think this could be a good moment to flex our abilities and the fact that we have crew.
Absolutely not.
So why don't we not land? Why don't we send the 4 of us down there to check it out and then either come back up or land, depending on what we find.
Yeah,
This is-
no, that makes sense. We'll get a rope ladder down.
Well, we don't have to do that. We have equipment for this. Let
Right.
me tell you, Peleus. We already thought about this. Flank, Silex, and I have really been working on this. Barbara, come here. I'd like to train you on how this works.
On your respectful request, Barbara is more than willing to comply.
So, this is the system that we are going to use for rapid deployment, and basically, we are fast roping down off of like grappling hooks. Oh, it's hard to
She
explain.
examines it briefly and says, I have used one of these before.
Awesome. So you are going to be the operator here. Make sure that the 4 of us get down and back up safely. I'll go last.
I'll go first.
I think it would be best if we detach the line after you land. As such, I think there should be a signal of when you wish me to provide a rope for your return. What would you recommend that signal be?
I can shoot a flare
Very well.
because I have a flare gun, and I will use a Fabula point to make it so.
You don't need to use a Fabula point. You can just say it would be a reasonable part of my inventory. Or
Yeah,
you can
I
spend
mean,
an
in this
inventory point to
situation,
make it
yeah,
exist.
like Gawain would definitely have a flare gun or be able to shoot a flare out of his gun or something.
Yeah, no, I think that's well within the spec.
I'll tell her, let's say, red for it's hot, blue for it's not, green for you guys are landing. Silex, you writing that down? You're the only other person who could maybe do this. So
Already written.
Okay, so you are going to land on, or you are going to fast rope down to this mystery island in the middle of the sea that you have no, contextual information for.
do they make walkie-talkies?
No.
That's maybe how do I structure this question for the group?
Do they have
you ever
long-range
heard of any-
communications? The answer is
Yeah.
no. Generally, long-range
Okay.
communications have to be handled by someone specifically
Magic.
traveling. Magic to an extent, but even magic isn't like reliable.
This is my new thing I'm gonna think about for a while.
Yeah,
Excellent.
really missing your hawk right now.
You can get one through is it called Wayfarer?
Yeah,
Is
there's a
that the
Wayfarer
class?
companion.
Yeah.
For chat's benefit, I'm currently rapidly working on making a map because I hate these guys and their discoveries.
Come on. We are not responsible for this.
Okay.
To be fair, he could re-roll it, and we would never know.
I mean, look, I want to provide you what you're presented. Like, I want to give you something cool. Chat. Hey, chat. What do you think they're gonna find on this mystery island? I know I've got some ideas, right? But some ideas from chat are always welcome.
We're gonna find walkie-talkies.
Like walking talkies?
Are you being serious or are you messing with me?
I'm just attempting to play with the language.
Okay, got it. I never know. I'm like, am I laughing
Yeah, I
or
know.
are you asking a real question?
I'm the innocent one, I know. Nobody suspects me to do such a thing.
Yes, exactly. It's so unfortunate because, like, you deserve the immediate laugh.
I'm not sure about that yet. Like,
You deserved it.
I feel like I'm on the verge of being relatively good with English.
No,
Yeah,
you're
like-
excellent with English.
Your English is
Yeah.
excellent.
Like
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
call-
like, just blunt. Your English is excellent. Don't.
Yeah.
There's no need to question your competency with it.
Your
Oh.
English is better than mine.
Okay, I'll just take it and just shut up.
Certainly better than all of the times where I've tried to insert German swear words into things.
I love a good German swear word. German's great.
We have some good swear words.
Shadow Dice, I'm here for you, Veilabari. I see that. That's pretty cool. I like that. We're working with it. So as you fast rope down to the island, it's not a big island. It's incredibly small. That's part of the reason why it was so difficult to find. Now, it's quite clear. This was difficult to see from when you were up high, but as you get down to the surface, as you stand on the ground level of this place, you come across what is concerningly a location, clearly something constructed. What's more bizarre about this constructed location is that you think you recognize some of the architecture.
I don't like this place. We should leave.
We should
We should
put a
not leave.
tail guard flag in it and get some
We
items
should,
for our
we should
museum.
just loot it. We should just loot it. What? Get
Wait.
out of here.
You think there is loot? Money?
Yes! If there is gold here, I mean, like,
So anyway, what's going on here? I recognize some of the architecture. From where?
From the Mahawahi Wastes.
Oh, okay. That is terrifying a little
Ooh.
bit.
How is this out here?
Okay, change my mind. We should leave.
Yeah, because we have the question of how is this not on a map?
How is this not on the map? How is this out here? It's on a relatively high traversal trade route, so
Someone should have found this.
theoretically, someone should
Unless
have
when
found
we
this.
bopped that guy, something happened.
yeah. Maybe the Hawaii waste chipped up a bit and this island has now started floating at sea.
It does seem like the buildings here seem actually constructed like they've fallen away due to the wastes of time rather than the being actively destroyed, which is what you found in the
Yeah.
Mahawahi Waste predominantly.
Do the buildings look like they were submerged like 2 days ago? Or a week or whatever. It's been a while now because we did the whole airship thing.
They definitely look wet everywhere.
It's interesting.
I
Ooh.
look at Flink, and you of all people are not interested in exploring this place. Really?
I mean, there's
Think about
always
what
a
could be in
chance.
here.
You know,
This was underwater. For some reason, it's not. It's either related to what we did, purely conjecture, or it's not. But either way, we have an airship up there. I can shoot flares. If it starts sinking, let's say, I can fire one off. We can get pickup.
We can also all swim and then.
I know you
can.
can do that.
Guys, I've got an idea. Let's find the most important looking building and have a look to see if it's got any sellable features to it.
All right, you do that. I'm going to try and unravel the mystery.
All right. I'll get Flink to come with me.
Okay.
We'll
You're allowed to
find-
split the party in Fabula Ultima because it's anime. You'll catch back up to each other. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so who's following what
I'm
objective
interested in the
first?
history. I'm with Gawain.
Oh.
I'm interested in the money.
Let's find my treasure. I need it.
Okay, so who's going where, and what are you exploring first, and what are your goals?
I'm going with Peleas. We're going to
Yeah.
find treasure.
We're looking for the most important looking thing and looking for monies or treasures. of
Okay,
some
so
kind.
Flink, as an avid treasure hunter, I'm not going to make you roll for this. This is part of your skill set. No rolls needed. However, it is a damaged ruin that as you tread through it, you can step through like wet mud and the lapping waters of ages. There is a distinct, like, briny scent to a lot of this place. It seems as though this locale was brought up more recently, although perhaps not when you encountered your interactions in the Mahawahi Waste. Possibly earlier than that. It would be kind of challenging to tell. And it also seems that, like, not all of this was brought up at the same time. Like, the exterior island parts seem like they may have been above ground for some time, or above water for some time. So it's a bit challenging to tell exactly what's above and below. As you explore the interior locations, you really are finding predominantly just stone covered in sea growth, seaweed, decayed sea life, and the detritus therein, mud being absolutely everywhere. There doesn't seem to be much of, like, stupendously obvious value, at least from, like, your initial walkthrough of the place. If you want to delve its depths, you're probably going to need some digging tools and to get digging and so on.
Well, that would take time. I don't know how much time we want to spend here.
Well, while those guys are discovering the mysteries, we can be discovering the monies.
Do you have shovel or anything that we can dig with? I mean, not like I have tools, different tools, lethal tools, but digging tools, that's not usually something I do.
Not to brag, but I'm a bit of an expert digger.
Oh, you are? Well,
Yeah.
show those skills, please. Oh, I can see why. You're right. Yeah. Why would I ever doubt you?
I love how we have, like, two people who have elementalist skills and also some, like, options on ritualism, and they're just like, I'm gonna dig with a shovel.
Well,
Yeah.
we're busy. We're out here doing other stuff, man.
I'm out here digging like a dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a dog. That's where I thought this was going.
No, absolutely.
I could literally summon something that would deal with the earth.
It's like in Divinity when you play as a lizard person. And you don't have to use a shovel. You can just dig with your big webbed lizard claws. It's great.
So you start making your way digging through this absolute mess, and it is a mess. There's the filth of mud absolutely everywhere, and you start trying to trample your way through this, and you start finding the remnants of wealth in the mud as you're digging through it. There are the occasional coin, the occasional small item, trinkets. Nothing individually worth much value, but enough that I have no doubt that between Peleus and Flink, you will be digging for a long time.
I guess we have nothing to do.
Gawain, Silex, what are you up to? Explain to me how you're trying to find out what happened here.
So
Go ahead.
you can go first. You're the lore master if you have a place to start. I was going to be a little bit more mystical about it.
I was just gonna. My thought was the perimeter first. Like, there has to be some evidence of this tectonic change, is what I was thinking. I don't know if Silex was thinking along the same lines.
So Silex's reaction is the Mahawahi Wastes are described in myth and, like, in ancient legend, they were supposed to be home to his people. And seeing a version of it that is more constructed, is more preserved, his instinct is to see if there's any validity to those stories, see if there's anything that he would recognize in structure, in layout, in writing, in symbolism that would draw his attention.
All right, let's do a lap together. You look inside and I'll look outside, if you will. Like, see if
Perfect.
anything catches our, because you're looking for, we're kind of looking for different things.
Excellent. Okay, I'm down for that. So, Gawain, as you examine the area on a more kind of like a more scientific basis, shall we say?
Topographic.
Topographic, scientific. Your thought processes are like, how did this come to be? You notice that this specific location seems to be kind of almost fenced by some larger rockier formations. As you can see on this image, there's like these kind of arrangements of rocks around the outside. And you realize that this island was probably almost like a scooped area ringed by rocks or similar, which means that if there was a tectonic shift on the edges of the outside, whether it was to sink or rise, or perhaps even like an area to crack through, it would have caused this area to flood at some point. And perhaps your brain continues on thinking and working through, maybe there was like given that the people of the Mahawahi Waste seem to be fairly advanced structurally, perhaps there was like some kind of civic engineering project or similar that would have kept this place dry or less submerged, or maybe even it was like elective flooding for farmland or something. Like, these are the thoughts going through your head.
Right.
So on that basis, you think that there probably is enough structure around here that, given a certain tidal configuration, this place would become not necessarily dry per se, but less submerged, especially given the generally shallow seas here. It wouldn't take much of a shift to reduce that under those circumstances.
So did we just like come here at the right time of day?
It is possible that that is the solution to why you can now see this. It may literally be that you're at the right time of day or right time of year or the right tidal.
It's the
lunar
dry
shift.
season or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the dry season at the right tide, possibly.
Okay, well, I have a new goal. Well, I'm going to relay some of this to Silex, and so during my lap, I sort of have a new goal of like looking for any structure like that looks like that, like, you know, sort of aqueduct or dam type structure that like I could maybe check out.
Probably need to go up into the airship to get like a good look for that.
That's
if
fine.
You're doing structural engineering stuff.
Yeah, I'll just join Silex's search, you know, until we get to that.
Silex, as you like look around for this symbology and to understand this space, you come to this kind of level of, I guess, comfort. Like this mental space of comfort where you're not entirely sure why. It just feels as if this place is constructed correctly. When you expect to see a building, you see a building. When you expect to see a empty space, you see an empty space. And that kind of revelation, after a few times of doing this, you come to a kind of revelation that the reason it feels comfortable, the reason it feels right, is because this is the same spatial construction methodology, an arrangement that is used in parts of the underground of Kumu Honua.
There is a feeling of connection, excitement, apprehension building inside of Silex. Like finding out that you had family you didn't know you had.
Yeah, 100%. There is some part of this which you feel is historically connected, whether it's because you have the same origin or it was like a parallel evolution or what, you don't know. But, you know, according to your history, like this says that we came from here. So like,
yeah,
our histories and these histories intertwine.
Obviously, once I start to realize this, and it's not just, oh, that building is familiar. Like I start to see the pattern. I let Gawain know and say, do you think that there might still be a spirit here?
Yeah, I was actually wondering the exact same thing. Great minds think alike. I'm not surprised. There's life here, which would imply yes.
Do you
My-
want to go find it?
I mean, yeah, we should probably get Peleus. He'll be the one who can actually find it, fortunately. My
I hate to
second
interrupt their
thought-
treasure digging, but
Yeah, it's okay. They
You're
probably
right.
found it by now. My second thought here is, do you want to come back?
well, from what you shared earlier, this might not be here.
Well,
We may not
I
be
mean-
able to come back.
it might be here.
Oh,
I have
sure.
ideas. I think
Okay.
we could maybe. It might be. I don't know. I was just thinking there might be people in like Kumuahi and Kumuhanua who would send scholars and or like fund us to do that.
I don't hate the idea. I definitely want to share it with them, but while we're here, if
yeah,
there's
we should find a
spirit,
spirit first. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. I'm just
I like the
thinking-
long term. I like the long term goal. I had not thought that far ahead yet. I'm too excited. Let's go find.
I was thinking before we leave, I might be able to like, if there's a broken dam, you and I can raise it, no problem. We can make it so that we could return.
I like this. This is a good idea. Let's go. Let's go find Peleus.
Yeah, let's go find Peleus.
Excellent. Okay, you head out and you find Peleus, who is digging through the mud and the filth and pulling up old trinkets.
Where we expect to find Peleus.
It's a classic Peleus doing classic Peleus things.
Have we found anything good? Can we roll for that?
You've been acquiring value in terms of coinage, though you are just traipsing through the mud right now.
What you got there, Peleus?
Oh, we got some gems. We got some coinage. We got one of these little things, which I don't know what it is, but it looks like a shiny frog.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Might be worth nothing. Might just be a little thing that we put on the ship.
Well, do you want help?
Okay.
Yeah, I need a break. I'm going to just sit down here while you work.
Yeah.
It's like mud, you said?
You know those health spas with like, oh yeah, this mud's great for you, and it just cakes onto you and is miring and impossible to move through and makes you feel like you're, suctioned to the spot if you try and walk in it and push through it. Most of the hallways are literally just like 2 foot of that, and some of them are just completely barricaded, and that is what Peleus is slowly digging their way through.
So, Peleus, you're finding this stuff inside the mud? Or you're just digging to get through the mud?
We're digging to get through the mud.
But the stuff you're finding is not inside the mud.
It's around. It is vacant. Adjacent.
Alright. Can I use ritual elementalism to, like... I want to suck the moisture out of, like... the area that we're trying to get through. Like, I want to turn it into clay.
Okay. I mean, that's going to be quite... There's a lot of moisture. That's a very large physical effect. That's going to be quite challenging, but I think it is within the spec of your capability to do.
Slam that MP, baby. You might not be able to do this, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say...
That
because
extra multiplier is brutal.
Because it's probably like a medium potency because you're trying to remove water from the area, right?
Yeah. All right,
And
it's too wet. You're gonna have to dig. Yeah. But also maybe this isn't really the treasure that matters.
Okay.
So
In that
Silex,
case, I will come with you, and we will.
Silex and I were thinking that if we're in the Mahawahi Wastes, but like sort of gestures vaguely at all of the plant life, there must be a spirit here, right?
Well, let's go looking for some spirits.
All right. Well, we'll follow your nose.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna put my hands out in a sort of jazz handsy sort of style because I've literally no idea what I'm doing, and I'm gonna like vaguely follow a sense of feeling.
So as you have this like sensory push, and it's the first time, like you were initially completely enamored with the idea of finding like the shiny stuff here. You were like, oh, shiny,
Yeah.
yes. But as you push out with your senses, you finally realize that there is an energy here that has been tired and dormant for a long time. And the reason you know it's been tired and dormant for a long time is because as you push your energy out, you feel the tendrils of that energy noticing you, sensing you, flickering out with that brief bit of like, what's this?
Ah, guys, there's something feeling me.
It's drinking.
Wait. Tried to kill it.
I didn't like that. Guys, I can feel it feeling at me.
Well,
You know, like it's feeling for me.
okay, where's it coming from?
It's coming from below.
Do you want to go there?
Mhm.
You like it when it feels you?
Don't encourage this. Can only
You're
deal with one of you.
That's
You
fair.
can
You're right.
definitely feel the waking energy. It is not clear yet whether it is hostile or not. Currently, it is curious.
Curious is good. I don't, Silex. Like, you think you can help us find our way further in and I guess down?
That I would hope that I would have some inclination of, based on where buildings are, where like a shrine, the shrine to spirits would be.
Yeah, so you actually have like a somewhat intuitive feeling of where it would be. You know that based on the arrangement of the buildings and such, that it's going to be roughly in a specific area if your feelings are correct. And that does align with the sensations that, as you converse with Peleus, that does kind of align with the sensation of the origin of the energies.
Nice.
It will probably require getting through some mud. However, if you want to use ritualism, because it would be a much more narrow, specific area, you're essentially trying to create a tunnel through a small, specific part of mud, rather than like remove an entire
That's much easier
course.
because that's
Yeah.
just move the mud from A to B.
Exactly. I think that's going to be a minor, small area. So that would be difficulty level 7, not that complicated. Small area 2x. That'd be 40 MP as the baseline level.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
Slurp. There it is.
He's off.
You expend the MP, and you do have to make a check for your whether it
Wow.
succeeds
40 MP and a check? That's
and the
bullshit.
check.
What's the check?
You're an elementalist, so that's
Oh yeah,
int
that's
plus
just
willpower.
Dex and Insight. Yeah, instant willpower. That's right. Why would it be Dex?
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely cleared it. 14 excessively cleared it. You actually clear it in such a way that like you reflexively mold into it very thin, hardened structures. That means that like while it will eventually collapse, it's going to take a lot longer to collapse this tunnel through the space.
Very impressive.
And you manage to pull yourselves toward to make your way towards this inner chamber. And this inner chamber itself is, I'd say, nicer looking than the area around it. It seems that there was some level of additional preservation here. And now the sensation of energies here is notably stronger than it was before. There is distinctly a feeling here. And as you step in here, you feel the same sensation as when you walk into. You remember when you walked Sorry, remember when you were at Row Village and you agreed to that challenge from Captain Percival of the Guard?
Yes.
And you entertained, and it was that kind of like excited tension of challenge. You had a confidence, but you knew there was an amount of consideration to the opponent there. You get that same sensation of excitement as you walk in here.
So aside from the feeling, what do we see?
I'm doing stuff. There's stuff I gotta do. In the
I
background.
see.
I apologize. Like, I'm literally building an encounter as I talk with you. It's a bit of a challenge.
My bad. Did not realize.
I didn't expect you to come in here. You were like, "Oh, we're gonna come in here," and I'm like, "Oh, I guess I've got to make something." And now I've got to make something.
Oh, that's a dragon.
No, it's a snake.
You see before you
Oh,
some
it's a fish.
kind of coalescing energies. They excitedly kind of bounce. They're not fully cohesive, which is somewhat strange and uncomfortable about it. I guess not uncomfortable, but like it's difficult to necessarily easily visually identify them. But every time they do kind of coalesce, they coalesce into this like dragon, like sea drake like form. However, the energies themselves seem kind of full of this energetic life. They bounce and they're excited. And you can tell that on stepping in here, this thing wants to fight. But it wants to fight in the same way that, like, your friend wants to wrestle with you kind of thing. Not like that,
Yeah.
Summer.
It's
Yeah, I understand.
Like, it is ready to throw down.
Yeah.
The question is, are you guys ready to throw down?
Okay,
I'm
boys.
ready.
This guy wants to test us. I can feel it in my fingertips. He's going to. It might be more playful, but I feel like he just wants to know what we're about.
He wants to
He
play.
wants to judge us.
For once, Peleus, I think I completely agree with you. And I reach down into the muck and pull what stone is present together and lift shields out of the goo. Slam them together. Let's do this.
As you do that, there is an excited bounce from this creature as it leaps and crashes into you, marking the first attack of the engagement.
Fight.
Fight!
Extra initiative. I love that the extra initiative does get, what's it called? A pretext?
Yeah, I love it.
Prefix? Something like that. Pretty good. Perplexed and grieving.
I will.
Party goes first, as per usual.
Actually, I will not quickly assess. Elementalism. Too good.
No quick
Excuse me.
assessment?
He doesn't have
Oh.
mana.
Oh,
Yeah, that has
oh,
a
well.
cost.
Slurp that all up.
You don't have mana, then I can go first. Or if Solix doesn't want to go first.
I can guard. I can preliminarily guard. I can guard Peleus, see what this is all about.
Then it is the entity's, the spirit's turn. And in an excited mire of action, will attempt to enrage Silex.
That's awesome. I love that.
I
from
know.
him.
I know. As Silex has new armor that makes him immune to status effects.
The roll doesn't matter.
Oh!
Oh,
Well.
indeed.
Look at
There is a
new shiny
slight
armor.
quizzical look on the
That's
creature's
tall,
face
strong.
as this occurs. Like this attempt at like drawing you into the fight with its energy is rebuked. And then you see it's like just doubles up even more excited. There's this kind of energy of like, finally, something competent, something to do.
Oh,
Yeah,
Party
Peleus,
actions.
Now do your thing, Peleus.
All right, I'm gonna condemn it.
Talk your shit, Peleus. And that modifier of 4 is sick.
yeah. Doing some heavy
That's-
lifting over here.
That's like Gawain levels of like hit. It's sick.
It rolls a 6, and you cost it 40 MP.
Disgusting.
It's all gone. No more.
Yeah, I kind of assume that like you'll never be able to bankrupt something on turn 1 again, but like he might not cast a second spell. We'll see.
Bankrupting on turn 1 is going to be almost impossible for champions, but for normal people, like it's pretty close.
That's true. Yeah.
But okay, so you devour 40 mind points and you attempt to cause it dazed and or shaken. Which one are you attempting to cause?
I'm going to try dazed first, because it might be immune to certain stuffs. So we've got to figure out what it's immune to.
It may be, and that's why I'm double checking. Although immunities aren't that common to status effects, so it's not immune. So, which was it? Shaken, dazed? Which was the one you were flying again?
Dazed. I'll be honest, I can't remember what dazed or shaken do at this point.
Dazed is insight, and shaken is willpower. If I remember
Right.
correctly.
So that's Peleus's action. The entity will take its additional action, and for its action, it is going to cast a big spell. Gawain, Silex, Peleus, you are targeted by Lux, as a barrage of soul rays is targeted against you. However, I don't think that hits any of you.
Nope.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
I've got a 9.
It doesn't hit you. You're being guarded.
Oh, right.
You get additional... No, you don't get additional MDEF. So that does target you. You'd have to protect
That's right.
if you wanted to deflect this.
Which I can do.
Yeah, that's not a problem
There
for
we
you. But that does expend your protect to soak that hit.
It's true. And then I get double hit by it, and I don't get hit.
Yeah. Gawain, Flink, you're up.
Go, Gawain. Use your MP if you can.
Okay. I will go for elemental weapon on myself, and I'm gonna go for lightning.
Excellent. You are now lightning element. You get your free attack.
Let me get my right bolt. Sorry, bolt is actually
Yes.
bolt.
Yeah. I know what you mean. 15 hits. God damn, your attack is sky high.
Okay.
You deliver
D10 plus
effective
D10
damage.
plus 4 is good.
Also, always like, surely that hits.
He took normal damage.
You deliver 14 damage to the entity.
I thought he's a water creature.
When you just use a light spell,
Well, I can't do dark damage. You might be able to.
can I do damage?
I don't think you have the weapons for it right now.
No. I don't have
No.
dark damage. No.
Well, we have options, and is it the spirit's turn again?
It is his turn. Flink, you have fun, happy, good time fun happening to you
Yes, I do.
as it disgorges lightning at you.
Okay, well.
11 to hit, 20 bolt. Damn, it's just rolling bad.
I mean, is that physical? Oh, doesn't matter.
That is
anyways.
Yeah, pardon?
It hits regardless.
Oh, okay. Well, 20 bolt damage
Yeah.
incoming.
Whether it's
He's shocked.
magic or
He's
physical.
shocked that he did damage.
I am genuinely shocked with an 11. I guess I'm used to targeting Silex with like 17 defense right now. I'm glad you enjoyed that RPG X Omega.
It's only 16.
Right, well, I have a plan, and although I'm in pain, I'm going to force feed Gawain an elixir.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you.
The entity does
Ooh.
seem joyful at the electrocution of Flink.
I got hit on purpose. Don't get too over something.
Excellent. The combat round begins again. Who acts first?
I will go first so I can get my protect back.
Excellent.
So we're gonna lose our guard, and I think I'm gonna take a shot. Should I elemental weapon or should I just hit it?
I mean, I think there's something I'm curious. Like, Gawain is super curious about if there's an elemental weakness to be had.
Yeah.
So
As far as learning goes, let's do this. So I'm gonna elemental weapon, take my 10 MP. we're gonna go Earth because that's all we really have. And there we go. Jesus.
A 15 to hit, 19 damage delivered as you pummel it with these gauntlets made out of the earth of the temple, and it resists.
That's a shame.
All right.
Bad advice, I guess. Sorry.
It seems that the nature of the earth here is intimate to it. The mud, the ground, it seems to be part of it, and as such, you cannot deliver the crushing blow you expect.
Information has been gained.
It will take its turn, and it will attempt to bite Silex. 13 to hit, 15 physical, which is a miss.
I may not be able to hurt it too much, but it can't hurt me.
Gawain, Flink, Peleus, who's up?
Don't say that.
Can I encourage Blink?
Absolutely.
At 25 HP?
It's
Yes.
so efficient, it's terrifying.
So good.
Damn.
So good.
Elias is incredibly good at encourage and condemn. Have you mastered that class yet?
I've got one more in encourage, and then I can start on new classes.
Wow. Orator, like, low-key strong.
Orator terrifies me as a support class because you don't need anything to support encourage.
Yeah.
You can just, like, you don't need to be like, oh, I need to be this, that, and the other. You don't need, oh, I need MP and spellcasting. You're just like, I
You
can
need a
encourage
healer.
people.
You just level up encourage. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with encourage delivered, you are also getting a increase on one of your dice until the start of
Got it.
the user's next turn. So that'd be Peleus' next turn. Peleus' action next round.
Yeah.
Okay, so the joyful spirit entity will target Gawain, Peleus, and Flink with Soul Rays. That's a 12 to hit, 20 light damage if it hits.
Well, it hits me.
It does not hit me.
So
It would hit
which
Peleus.
one of you-
So there is 20 damage incoming to Flink and Peleus each,
Okay.
Can take it.
as rays of light cascade down from the ceiling.
This is hitting physical or magical?
This is a spell, it's a magical defense.
Okay, so it would hit me 2, but I have more HP to spend. So, we can protect Peleus.
Okay. Peleus, you
Oh.
don't take 20 damage. Flink
Brilliant,
does
then.
take 20 damage. Silex, you
Oh,
take 20
another
damage,
one.
minus 5, so 15
Mhm.
because of your defensive
Which
mastery.
which I will have to take off manually.
In that case,
Strong.
I'm going back to my original health.
Yes. Gawain, Flink, actions.
I would like to hinder it, specifically with my Direxor Spine, to poison it, if that's possible.
Okay, so you want to take the hinder action to try and poison it? You've already established the direct spine that allows you to do that anyway. Like, there's no extra or additional complications. So you may just make that attempt to make the hinder action, which I believe just requires you to hit a target number of 10 with your attack roll.
Then I just throw normal attack and I can only attack once then, right?
Yes, because your action is like the hinder action, and you're not getting any damage out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that means you are going to eat this high roll, which I don't like because it's a 6.
That is a 6 that doesn't hit the hinder action.
Here's the good news: they didn't eat your high.
I mean, it gets nothing because basically by choosing to use the hinder action, you're forgoing damage and getting poisoned
Yeah.
instead. So you rolled a 6, but that doesn't hit the requirement of 10 to be able to hinder someone, which means you get nothing. Unless,
I'm
of
going to
course, you
try
spend
again.
a Fabula point to reroll.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to try it again now. I'm going to try it again next time.
Excellent, understood. So that was Flink's action. It is the entity, the happy dragon thing's entity. I almost forgot to spend its MP last turn. My bad. I'm a terrible GM.
Don't worry, I'm a terrible player.
You're not a terrible player. Don't
Well, I
you really
posted
know.
the same thing 4 times.
Yeah, but that is an issue of the system being unclear about its function. And also,
True.
you cleared the chat anyway, which means you are clearly aware that you want a nice clean interface for the GM to interact with. So that's not a
I
bad
do.
player. Gawain.
Yo,
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
bring it.
Oh my god, that's come on.
That's
It's a
almost
plus
minimum.
4.
Damn.
I'll show you +4.
Yeah, there it is.
So the joyful entity leaps in to bite you. As it does, you just slam the pistol up into its mouth, pull the trigger.
Oh wow, violent.
A bolt round goes into it. It practically swallows it, but it did not enjoy being struck by that. It definitely was hurt and injured by that. A new round starts. Actions.
Okay, all I want is go before Peleas.
I need to go to reset protect, and since my elemental weapon is on and I don't hurt it anymore, we're gonna re-guard our
You
friend
can
Peleus
drop
here.
that whenever you want.
You just that
You
it's
can
it's
drop
a,
yeah.
that at will.
it's a no action to drop that elemental weapon.
Yeah, but if it's gonna keep firing off AoE light damage, I can provide resistance.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you can, since it's no action to drop that, you can do both.
Perhaps once it's in crisis, we will consider going back on offense. Or if it runs out of mana, which we will find out soon.
All right, so Silex acted its action, and it's going to make a bite action against Flake.
Oh no!
16 to hit! Wow, it's just absolutely...
That will definitely hit.
This thing is so
Yeah.
mean to Flink.
Flink's fine.
Yeah,
Excellent.
thank you. Are you eating
Now-
that one, or are you still not getting it?
I think because it's tied, attacker wins.
Attacker
so
gets
it will-
priority, but it does
but
get
I am
reduced
guarding.
down to 5 damage.
Yep. Which is why we're doing
5?
I
What?
take 5 because I cut it in half because I have resistance, and then I take 5 flat off of it afterward.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, even when I hit Silex, I don't get to do damage. Like,
It's like from 20 to 5. Damn.
See,
What is
that's
this,
what happens
dragon
when I
skin?
guard. If I guard, then there's no damage happening.
go away, Flink, Palace, you're up.
Yeah, I read Guardian and I was like, damn.
I would like to repeat the same action, hinder it again. This time
Excellent.
I'm going to
Okay.
hit.
Now it's actually like it's in the middle of the bite, right? Like it's attempting
right
to
there.
bite you. Silex has taken this thing. You're taking this opportunity to try and just jam that Direx's spike into it. Roll me your check.
See, vital point. It's there.
11 to hit. That marks it. You have poisoned it. You don't get the damage because obviously you're choosing to take the poison over the other situation. That does, however, reduce its might and willpower, which is quite nice, honestly.
The only thing it's not missing is Dex.
It's true. It's true. All right, so that was Flink's action. It's going to be its action, and it is going to draw upon the energies of the temple and recover some MP.
That's
cheating.
Yeah,
That is expected. Because we
Yeah.
drained it of MP.
TM's not allowed to heal. He can't do that. He can't use ethers. That's not allowed.
Give me a moment to roll some dice.
I hope you roll natural. I hope you fumble.
It will recover 30 MP.
30 MP? That's not even a condemn.
Oh.
We know what I'm doing next.
That does expend its action. So, Gwen, Peleus.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna smile.
I'm gonna condemn.
Oh.
Tell him he can't cheat in here.
Well, it can beat this. It can beat this.
There is the possibility of beating this. However, you have given it a malus to both of these stats.
Yeah.
Oh,
It still managed to
sad.
roll a 9 out of that, which is still really impressive.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't beat that. It loses all its MP again.
I did shaken.
And it's shake.
Does shaken and poison stack?
It doesn't in the UI, so I'm going to assume that's the case. It can only get a maximum of one down or one up, I guess.
Okay.
However, it does count as an extra status for Flink's stuff.
Yeah, we are ready
That's
now.
funny. That's funny.
Okay, so Peleus has acted. It's going to take its next action,
Which is not going to be a spell anymore.
which is not going to be a spell anymore. Which means Silex.
How do I roll Dex?
Cool.
13 to hit.
Clunk.
Clonk. It attempts to bite in on you. It does not hit you. Your armor proves too powerful as you jam this shield in this thing's mouth. Gawain, your action occurs.
I'm just gonna shoot it, guys.
12 to hit, 13 bolt damage. Attacker gets priority. You deliver damage.
Wow.
An effective shot is delivered.
Pew pew.
The next round occurs. Party actions.
I'll go ahead and I'll just fight it. I don't expect more magic damage at this point. I will get rid of this. I will disregard my elemental weapon, dispel it, and we're going to just hit him with the physical damage of my heavy,
Excellent.
blunt objects.
Oh, that's a fumble!
I get a Fabula point!
You get a Fabula point, and the question mark gets an opportunity. Okay. So next check could be quite good. That would be quite nice.
Yeah, advantage is probably the best thing for it. Since I don't imagine it wants to afflict me with anything.
Okay, Silex. In fact, that is exactly what's going to use. It's going to use, like, as you swing in for it, right? Like, you just slightly mistime it because you don't quite recognize just how far it can flick its head back. So you swing in for it, it flicks its head back. You put too much weight and you're slightly off balance, and then it just goes to chomp down straight into you. So this roll is made with a additional +4 to the one you see on it. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 17, 15 physical damage.
Does make it.
Oh,
Take 10.
Wonderful. 10 damage. Nice. Cool. Good.
perfect.
Party actions, please.
All right, I'm going to encourage Flink.
Oh, the encouragement.
Wonderful. You encourage
It's
Flink.
flowing through me.
The dexterity is too powerful. Also, Flink is now back up to full HP and gets a
Yeah.
buff.
Although the buff is probably better off on Gawain, I like the HP recovery.
All right, we'll get Gwen
It's fine
next
this
time.
way.
Buff good on everyone.
Just saying I am missing 30 HP.
Oopsie
Oh,
button.
in that case, Felix. Not Felix? Silex next time.
Excellent.
Why am I reading that as Felix?
No idea. The battle maniac spirit is going to take an action to call upon the energies of the temple, and this time it recovers 20 MP.
Feels like it's getting weaker.
Gawain, Flink, you're up. Sorry, Flink. It feels like it's getting weaker. It's dizzy, shaken, poisoned, and you're pummeling it repeatedly, and you've stolen like 200 mana from this thing. Like,
Did
You-
it just get
you
20
think-
MP back?
it did just
Yeah,
recover
it
20
did.
MP.
Oh,
So what you're saying is you need this in your life.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess that's where we're going. Okay, so you have cheap shot, right?
Yeah, that is cheap shot level 2 currently, so +2 damage.
No, it's +5 damage. Plus the
Right,
number of
plus
status
5 damage.
effects.
Sorry,
Okay.
right, that's why it's good. Correct.
Yep.
Okay, you deliver 13 damage with that hit,
And then I throw my death food as well. And it's a
which
little-
delivers 6 + 5, so that's 13 + 11. Okay, you deliver 24 damage.
Let's go, Flink.
Flink has 2 playstyles currently, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
You need to merge that into one.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of really consistent damage, which is
Yeah,
terrifying.
We haven't
Like,
been
that's-
able to proc cheap shot in a while. We haven't status things. This is going great.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're doing this.
Because that's 24 damage every round you hit everything, which is fairly reasonable, fairly possible for you, right?
Yeah, Dex buff actually was important here. I was saying it's not so important because it doesn't increase my damage, but my hit rate is, not as good as Gawain's.
Yeah, you have to use willpower.
Yeah, on the other one. My normal one uses insight, but the Fuda wants my willpower. It tests my
Gotcha.
mental
I think
strength.
I've not targeted Peleus for a little bit, so have some Dragon Breath.
Ah. For once, it's hitting below my incredibly weak stuff. I'm just going to sort of like look at it and go, seriously, dude?
Congratulations, you have earned an opportunity, Peleus. What would you like to do?
As it goes in for this, like, Dragon Breath, Silex just seizes the moment and just, like, punches it in the face. Absolutely disrespecting this thing. Gawain, your turn is next, but the party does have an opportunity available.
Yeah, Peleus, you can provide the next check performed by you or one of us can be +4. You can give it another status effect if you'd like.
I don't have any extra status effects to give it, but I would like to take.
So when they fumble, right? So when you fumble, you get a Fabula point, right?
Yeah.
And lag gets an opportunity. When they fumble, you get an opportunity. So probably the 3 best ways, or like most common ways for us to use those opportunities are: 1, you can increase your bond with someone on the team, basically, like as long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
2, you can apply a status affliction to an enemy, or 3, you can gain +4 on one of the next rolls for the party.
In that case, yes, I definitely want to put a status effect on it.
Okay, and slow and
The
I
only
think
thing we
weak.
don't have.
Oh,
Because weak's already being covered by poison.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but
technically would still
more
be-
status numbers are
True.
better,
True.
because any status is good. But slow is the one that
Slow
covers
good because it
Dex.
lowers his AC if he's relying on Dex.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay, nice. You've slowed them, combined with your cursing and Silex's punching in the face. It's now dizzy and slow. And Gawain once again is just did some damage. Just boop, some damage.
It's my
Nice.
job. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
sexy and sometimes it's not. This is my job.
Yeah, like it's a very consistent damage. All right, the next round begins. Player actions. Flink, do you want to do mean stuff to it? Like that? It seems like something you want to do.
Yeah, I should do it before Peleus condemns again. Although,
Yeah, and I
I think
don't
it
need
only
to
has 10
refresh.
MP now, so...
Doesn't have much. I'll let you know that much.
Yeah, it's probably got 1 breath attack in it. I don't have to refresh protect right now, so you can go ahead and do whatever you want.
Let's just throw Direx's Spine with a 5 to hit. That is
It's a
embarrassing.
miss.
And a Devil Fuda with a 5 to hit. That is
Oh!
embarrassing.
Oh!
Okay, I think I'm going to
That's-
hide in the corner next turn. Just out of principle.
Yeah, no,
Oof,
that's we were just talking about how consistent your damage, and then just the luck was not on your side. Okay, Flink's action is done. It's going to be the entity's action, and it's going to attempt to take advantage of Flink's sudden, in fact, it's going to be the reason that Flink made those 2 misses, because it is going to leap over and attempt to carve into Flink. It was a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Well,
Its head leaning over Gawain to attempt to attack
I'll
Flink.
catch that one.
Yeah.
Silex just
That'll-
absorbs that.
That'll be 13 damage to my face.
Excellent. 13 damage. All right, party actions. Gawain, Peleus, Silex.
I'm going to encourage Silex. Because he
Excellent.
Appreciate
needs
that.
to be alive.
Crisis.
We did hit crisis. It happened.
We can put Silex into crisis if we try really hard.
Yeah, then he's just
And-
barely below normal people's health.
I'll go ahead and take that might upgrade.
Hell yeah. It's going to attempt to Dragon Breath Silex. 12 to hit, 21 bolt, which is, I think, a miss versus MDEF.
I only have 12. So
Oh,
it will
it
once
matches,
again.
it matches.
It has been hitting me perfectly on like 4 consecutive attacks.
Absolutely brutal. You do become shaken on that dragon breath.
Well, I would.
Oh,
but I
right.
Fuck! So I go down to 13 and then, or what is it, 43, 39.
Silex has armor that it makes him immune to all status effects. So the fact that
Indeed.
I keep hitting him with dragon breath is almost meaningless, despite the fact that I really wish it would deliver some actual something to him.
I mean, you did do damage.
It's true, but like damage on Silex is like getting a sponge wet. It doesn't matter that much, right?
He's the lowest HP party member. You're cooking.
Yeah. I believe it's my turn.
Yes, Gawain Silex. So Silex.
I'd like to return the favor, buddy.
That's a hit because you slowed him.
Just the flow.
Yep,
Yeah.
I figured.
You deliver 17 damage and you put the spirit into crisis. It seems like kind of punch drunk and messed up, but like also this weird kind of giddy excitement at this.
Now I'm afraid.
Gawain. Actually, you know what? No, it's going to try and charge its MP again. Oh! It gets 40 MP back this time.
Ooh.
Nice.
A lot of MP.
Hopefully nothing happens to that MP.
Gawain, it's your turn.
I'm just going to shoot him again. I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
Hit, damage, effective. You just put another shot into it. It's just one more nail in the coffin.
Bam. Bam.
Yeah, just consistently punishing this thing for existing.
Push me! I convert rounds of combat into bullets in the enemy.
Exactly. A new round begins.
So we have a choice here. We could let Peleus try to condemn, or I can take advantage of the might upgrade and then the condemn comes out.
I think that's probably a better way to do it.
That does put forward the risk though, because it'll have MP that it can use.
We got the health. I think we can absorb it because I can't imagine that it's going to get too many other chances to recharge its MP at this point.
You are working through it quite well.
So I'll go for it. Twin shields, go!
15 to hit, 19 physical damage, a solid impact as your shields pummel it.
It's more damage than Silex can normally do because of the buff. Did one extra damage.
Players, don't listen to this. Chat. It's got 69 HP. It's funny. Funny number.
That is actually
How much
not...
HP do you guys think this has? Like 70, 71, 68?
Feeling like
Yes.
80.
Quick 80.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I heard nothing.
Yeah, I didn't
But,
hear anything either, but I'm kind of wondering like how much HP you think it has. So I was guessing like maybe like 7.
yeah.
That's not actually my high roll. My might's 10.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
I
Like,
am big boy.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
thick.
I was wrong. I knew it was 10.
Okay, so it is its action. It's going to cost Lux. It has the MP to do it. Gawain Silex and Peleus.
Nice.
Ow.
Nope. Peleus, you're good. I got you. It's not hitting me this time.
No, it's nobody.
Yay!
That's disgusting. I've cast 9 hits of Lux, I think, and I hit one of them on Flink. No, I hit one of them on Silex, but I only did 5 damage with that as well.
Yeah.
Because you're disgusting.
Yeah.
So beams of light cascade down from the ground and do nothing. It's the party's actions.
In that case, I'm going to condemn it.
I don't think it has
Nice,
much
thank you, good.
MP
How much?
left.
It has 10.
Probably 10.
So condemn or encourage then?
Or
I mean,
bonk.
yeah, you could bonk or you could heal me again because I am missing about half my health.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I'm going to encourage Silex.
Yay! Yay! More, damn it!
Costs like no MP. This should be illegal.
It's so
Every
good.
I told you.
IP costs 8 billion MP and everything like Sama does costs like 5 MP.
Courage
It does.
is so efficient.
Orator
It
is
does
busted.
train eventually.
You still have more mana than me. I have cast one spell.
Boo-hoo, Mr. Muscles over here getting run out of EMP. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I'm leaving. It's fine.
There's something about this dragon that's kind of reminding me of my favorite owl, which is also a parrot, the kakapoo.
Okay.
Might be its colours. I'm going to call it kakapoo.
Nice. Okay, wonderful. Gawain, Dragon Breath. 7 to hit.
That does
Nothing.
that does not
Nothing.
I like saying it out loud. That does not hit.
It's just for further psychic
For every
damage
time that a
against your
GM has rolled a fucking 26 and asked me if it's hit, I should be allowed to say, when you roll a 7, that does not hit.
I can confirm, despite it having a +4 to its attack, it managed to roll a 1 and a 2 again.
Yeah, I recommend rolling higher numbers with your +4.
No, I appreciate that advice. I'm going to try and take that in the future. Gawain, Flink, actions.
Should go Gawain. Who wants to eat you? I mean, spit at you.
Sure. Bam.
Nice, high roll.
Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you, Gawain, for demonstrating how rolling better works.
Just simply roll better.
Simply roll better.
Yeah, simply roll, but
Simply
with
roll
larger
2
numbers.
tens and then add 4.
Bolt damage strikes it with efficacy. It's definitely looking on its last legs.
Simply don't get targeted in might or willpower, and it'll be fine.
Flink.
Yeah, there's only one weak link here. There it is. What do you mean you have MP left?
That's it.
Well, that hits. Again. Ah!
And you become shaken.
No, I don't want to be shaken.
Well, you see, it's
I'm afraid
okay
you're shaking.
because I do have this up.
Oh, fuck.
You have?
For bloody hell's sake! Stop it! Stop it, Silex! Stop
Anytime
it!
you guys think I might be the most annoying party member, it's just remember that Silex exists.
So I
It's
take
so infuriating.
18. Yeah. So 54 minus 8 takes me to 46.
He's not even in crisis.
I got you.
Thank you.
I want you to know he's not even in crisis. That didn't even wipe out. Like, he could probably take another hit like that before he needs to worry about needing another encourage.
Yeah.
This is foul. This
My
is
HP
foul.
is the same as Gawain's currently, just to be clear.
Flink, you're up.
Sure. Let's throw weapons at him. 1,
That's a miss.
2.
That's also a miss.
I really should hide in the corner. You know what?
Have you considered taking Gawain's advice?
Well,
Like, just quite good
I'm just going
advice.
to be in this corner. You handle this.
That's 4 misses in a row, and it's like, oh, that's so rough.
They've been almost all the same. It's just 1 plus middling number, 1 plus middling number.
It's so brutal. I'm genuinely, like, emotionally, I'm sorry about this. I wish I could do something to make this better, but I can't. So it's your turn again.
Everyone else acts. I'm just going to stand here. Kill it, please.
I'll go first to make sure my protect is reset and to take advantage of my might. So, hiya.
It's not dead yet,
High roll.
but it is good. It's going to attempt to return the favor and sink its teeth into Silex. It's so clear it's basically operating on punch drunk energy as it attempts to sink your teeth in. You practically just
catch
push
that.
its head out the way. You barely even need to guard. You just kind of push its head out the way as it goes in for this bite. Gawain, Flink, Peleus.
In that case, while it's going in for its bite, I'm going to bonk it.
Excellent. Peleus just kind of reaches in and tries to whap it with this staff. And it's an 8 to hit, 14 air damage. It is a miss. It does not impact.
Can I spend a Fabula point to reroll?
Under what basis are you spending this Fabula point to reroll or to add numbers to it?
I am spending it under the basis of I don't want to embarrass myself in front of my friends.
I mean, that doesn't really tie into your identity, theme, or origin.
That is true.
It's something that
in
ties
that
into that
case,
if you want to reroll.
Identity, theme, or origin. I've been protected by Silex a lot, but I don't have enough.
Your bond isn't strong enough because you didn't choose to increase your bond earlier. Just to inflict a status.
In that case, I can't really reroll, can I?
No, I don't see an option on the table for you. At least not with.
You do it for me
40%
for all the
far.
misses. For all the shots I just missed.
See, what do you need to hit? 10?
I think so.
Oh, I could use.
Is this considered magic? No, right?
Wait, if I need a 10 to hit, in that case, I could re-roll underneath Flink because of his misses.
You don't re-roll. You add the bond number to what you have. So if you have a bond 2, and you can
I have a bond of 2 to Flink.
So your basis is essentially you're like, Flink is clearly struggling in this fight, and you're like, Flink, let me show you how it's done. Is that?
Yeah, I'll get one in for you.
Okay. I mean, I'll allow it. That means you hit the target. Est delivers 14 damage to the target. In return, it's barely as this staff comes in to smack it, and you bap it one, it will attempt to return the favor. 15 to hit, 16 damage incoming. Clearly, you're not as adept at getting away as you thought you would. However, Silex intercedes on your behalf.
And this will not do damage.
And it does not do damage. Because Silex has 16 defense, which is disgusting. It is disgusting. It is
We have not
foul.
reached
It is
our final
illegal.
form.
Gawain, you're up.
You know what it is.
14
15
damage.
hits,
All
14
reliable.
damage delivered. Its body is now twitching, or what counts as its body is twitching. Parts of it are discorporealizing. It still seems like it's satisfied almost. That it's got this kind of, its body language demonstrates this kind of full body grin as it is being barely held together. Gawain, it will attempt to bite you. As it has no more mana. It will miss, I believe.
Yeah.
It does indeed miss. It kind of lazily bites into your shield and kind of hangs onto it almost.
Yeah, well, get off. Get off.
Flink.
Start shaking. Get off.
Okay, question. If I used my kunai's immediate range, do I throw a different die?
You can throw the same die. It would just be a narrative point at that point, if you're cool with that.
Right, perfect. So Flink is clearly not able to hit targets from range, so he's like, it's still not that well, I'm going to walk over here and I guess I'll hit it from here, it's fine. This is going to work, right?
As it's latched on Gawain's shield, you attempt to just ram both the kunai into it.
Oh my god,
15
it
to
works.
hit, 8 poison. Roll your Ofuda as well.
Oh my god,
Okay.
it hits as well.
Oh,
Good.
it's a beautiful day.
There it is.
Okay, so you
it adds-
deliver 6
This
plus 8 plus. You deliver 26 damage.
Good.
That's a little bit of
I'm
maths.
okay with that.
You deliver 26 damage, and finally, you force this thing to disapparate. This final damage, these lancing rays, the trembling electricity in its body, just kind of pushing it out of a physical existence. It is no longer a corporealized entity, though you can witness it, you can see its shape. It is very much barely there. However, as these physical ailments seem to drop away from it, as it disregards the physical and instead only chooses to exist in the spiritual, you feel within the body language presented a kind of joyful satisfaction as it bows respectively respectfully to the party.
Who's a good boy?
I return the bow.
Yeah, me too. Rizzo's scary.
Yeah.
I treat him with respect.
I say I'm still gonna call you a Kakapoo
Of course.
because you're adorable.
So, Peleus, your intuitive senses as an arcanist lets you know that this spirit before you seems satisfied in a way that suggests that it would be comfortable forming a contract with you.
Ooh, contract.
Shiny.
I will go to the spirit and be like, "We good?"
It will glance at you, have a look of what looks like a smile come over its face. Then it will take a step, or what passes for a step for this entity, and look at Silex.
Ooh.
Silex, this entity eyes you seriously, looks you up and down, and then it very carefully sinks its teeth into your bicep. And you don't feel hostility with this action, nor do you even feel pain. What you do feel is acknowledgement and just a slight inkling of the understanding of the breath of this dragon.
Do I hear new music?
Perhaps a few notes, something you feel you might need to study.
Yes. Yes.
We are all learning stuff here.
Upon releasing you from this almost tender bite, it will look at Peleus and then nod.
All right. Spirit, do you have a name, or shall I name our contract?
The body language of acquiescence to you gives you the answer you need in that you may name the contract.
In that case, you are Kakapoo.
The spirit accepts this naming,
Actually, a fire name.
comfortable and happy that it might finally get somewhere to go that isn't bound in this location. You definitely feel this sense of excitement at potential exploration and things to do.
Yay! I got a new friend, guys.
You did
Yeah.
indeed get a new friend.
More friends.
The spiritual
Yay.
This is a great day.
the spiritual entity itself dissipates from its manifestation. It was clearly kind of struggling to hold itself together as a spiritual manifestation, even here, just because of how excessively rough it played, shall we say? But okay, you met a spirit in a place on a mystery island.
This was awesome.
Yeah. Good visit.
Discovery good.
I do walk forward while it's disappearing. I take a knee and take the traditional prayer pose of my people. Down the knees, one fist into an open hand at like forehead level, offering silent thanks to its teaching, and then turn to the rest of the party to discuss what we do from here.
In that case, I think I will name this island as well as
Yeah.
New Mahai Wasteland.
We don't need to name it.
Yeah, I appreciate the effort. We will name it something else later.
We'll just we'll let them name it. How about that? It's their island, right?
Whose island? There's nobody here.
We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts.
All
I have
right.
ideas.
All right.
Man, I am riding a high right now. This is fantastic. But yeah, this seems to be all we can do here for now. Shall we return to the airship and see if there's... You were talking about a possible means of preventing this place from flooding again?
Yeah, I
Gawain?
wanted to see if we could find, whatever was supposed to keep water out must have broken. So if we can find it, pretty sure you and I can, patch it so that it's still visible later. Even if it's like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Was agreeable to everybody? Do we have a plan to move forward with?
That's good.
Yes. My plan is to follow your plan.
I
Right.
think also that is probably a pretty good ending point for the session.
Good call.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
My
Because while we
stomach
could do
agreed.
some more stuff, I feel like that's a nice end point.
Yeah.
So there were 4 Fabula points spent.
Yeah,
Only
not
counted
many.
3.
3, but 1 from chat. I always forget those.
I
The
have the one
turtle-
from chat, so I'm missing
Have that
something
one?
else.
I did spend 2 Fabula points.
Oh, you
Yeah,
spent
and-
2, and then
Remember,
Chat
additional.
spent
Well, I
1.
think it's an easy way because it rounds out
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, it rounds
So-
out anyways.
Yeah.
Y'all gain 6 experience.
No. I'll take it.
Would you rather have less experience? We can give you less.
I'd
experience.
rather have more.
Okay, well,
I mean, this was impossible to level up.
your options are less experience or 6 experience. So
Take it.
we just gotta find Kuwei. We find Kuwei, we get more XP. We can get that
Exactly.
double level.
I had a lot of fun with that session. It was good. It was enjoyable. It was very.
This was
very
so
interesting.
good.
I had a lot of fun.
It was a little bit rough making up everything on the fly, but I feel
Mhm.
like I worked it out. And
Yes, you did. It's a shame that we still haven't gotten to where we meant to go, but this was good.
but like it's still good. It's funny. With regards to the spirit, I will work out exactly its nature with you, Peleus, and possibly the party. I'm down for that either way. If you love Super Robot Wars, please check out Fried Jammin'. He's good people. He's reasonable people. He's basically a communist, right? But that's all good.
I like the good kind, not like a tank.
Not the pogrom
Yeah.
kind. We have Sidewinder, who, if you want to see absolute suffering when it comes to Fire Emblem side you guys to go to, he's also one of the best Advance Wars by web players in the world. If you
Sure,
want to check
that's
that out
me.
too. And also, Croton is currently working through and playing at various points Fire Emblem Fates with he's doing a whole chat quest mod that he made and some other stuff. It's all very good, very cool, very nerdy shit.
That's
I
right.
kind of love it.
Currently trying to kill the D&D crew.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he
Working
tried
hard.
to kill me off, but I have too many channel points.
And Summer is wonderful artist on the side. She sometimes posts her work to the Discord. We love her for that. Aside from that, we are about to raid out. I love y'all. Bye-bye. And go spam some eggs for Dupu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye!